And now you're centering his top line, so it's been kind of a mutually beneficial relationship between you and Coach Pence early on. But what's the best part of your game, Kade? I know you're more of a humble and shy guy, but what is the best part of your game? Where do you bring the most to the Breakers offense?
I think my strongest part of my game is definitely my skating and my playmaking. You know, I like to create opportunities offensively for my teammates, make it a little easier for them, get the puck in zone, create setups, get the puck to players that are in good positions and try to make it easy for them to score. I've tried my best to be a two-way player as well, back check hard, be in the right positions in the D zone. So I think just being a 200-foot center is what I bring.
So now you've gotten a chance to meet all of your teammates, of course, spend a little time in Biloxi, see the living, get a real feel for everything going on. What kind of culture is being built here? Why is this team going to be different from the rest in the FPHL?
Well, first of all, I love this team. I love all the boys. We all get together a lot. We all play a lot of pickleball. It's good vibes, but I think the culture is definitely a winning culture. We all really want to win. We all want the best for each other, and we all just want to win games at the end of the day. So we're all staying late on after practice, working on our game. We're talking about what we can do better for next game. Our systems, our power play. So I think the culture is definitely going to be a winning culture from here on out.
That's got to be pretty refreshing for all the Seawolves fans out there, as sometimes they weren't even able to practice last season. Now we've got guys staying on, getting extra work after Coach Penn's, which is not an easy practice, by the way. Let's actually talk about that. Describe Coach Penn's practices, because he likes to keep everybody moving. Yes. There's not a lot of standing around. Take us through what it's like at one of his practices.
It's a lot of flow drills, a lot of passing, a lot of skating, a lot of shooting. I like it, as a skill guy, I like doing all those things. And yesterday we weren't doing too well. After we got a good win on Saturday, and Monday we came in not the greatest. Passes were going over sticks. Got some guys missing some plays. He begged us a few times. So, I really like that. I think if we're not, no matter whether we just came off a big win or not, I think that begging us when we're not performing in practice is a really good thing.
So a couple things you mentioned there. Of course, the win on Saturday and the passing. And I think that those two very much tied into each other. With all the passing you've been doing through camp and at practice, then we saw it in a game. And I think you put the league on notice. The Breakers put the league on notice with how they're able, with team chemistry, to protect the puck and move it and fly up and down the ice. It was a really refreshing thing to see after, an 0-2 start. All of a sudden you come back and everything seems to be clicking.
I think it's scary. Like, the more we play with each other, the chemistry is going to go higher, and with those passes are just going to get faster, more accurate. I think as the more we play with each other, especially in my line, it's just going to be better and better every single game and every single week. So I'm very excited.
2 goals and 4 assists for you through the first 3 games of the season. What's been working for you, and do you feel you've kind of found a home for yourself? It's very early on in the season. We're just 3 games in, but with the success you've had, especially playing with your line mates, which we'll get to in a bit, it feels like this might be the start of a career year for you.
Yeah, I've definitely found a home here. As long as I'm in this league, I definitely want to play here, and I think I will be here all year for sure. As far as my start, I had a pretty decent start, but I'm my hardest critic, and I think I could have done a lot better.
I know you were really upset about hitting those posts.
Yeah, hit a lot of posts. I think as the season goes on, I'm gonna start finding the back of net more and more. I got a lot of opportunities the past few games, and got to start burying more.
So your line mates, of course, all of a sudden Coach Pence makes another massive blockbuster move and brings in Yaro Yevdokimov, a guy who's so decorated across many different levels of professional hockey. He becomes all of a sudden your line mate. And then on the other end, you got a point-per-game guy who's played over 200 games in the league. That's Declan Conway. So now you're centering those 2 guys. Take us through what it's like playing with so much talent on your line and how you guys work together.
This is probably one of the best lines I've ever played on, for sure. Yaro, he's probably the smartest player I've ever played with. He's just so smart, finds every right pass, smart with the puck. He's fast. He doesn't look fast, but he's really fast. He gets by the D every time.
He's so smooth. And
he's
it's
smooth.
Just,
he's butter.
Yeah.
And then you got Declan. He's a sniper, right? He can pass too, but he is shooter first, which, I think me and Yaro are playmakers, and having Declan as a shooting option is great. And I think we've only played one game together, us three, and we played pretty well. So I think, like I said, the chemistry is just going to get better, and we're just going to put up more goals every single game.
It was really awesome to watch. And Yaro, just when I thought I knew what he was doing, especially while calling the games, I didn't. Like, the way he never telegraphs anything. He's so good at making someone look at one hand, and then,
He definitely has eyes on the back of his head, for sure.
It's pretty incredible. So a huge addition nonetheless. But, Caden, wrapping up here, does this team have what it takes to make a playoff push this year in the FPHL, and why?
100%. We have a very strong forward core. I think all three lines can score, defend, do whatever we need to win. We have great defense, and our goalie, Rose, he's really good. I think we definitely have a chance to win it all, honestly. Like, not even just a playoff run. I think we have a chance to win the entire season, especially after, practices. We have 2 weeks of practice for our next game, and I think that we're going to put in a lot of work. We're going to only become better, so I'm very excited for this season.
As am I, Caden, but we're going to let you go here, but not before you give a message to the fans. I always like the boys to give a message to the fans, give them some words of encouragement. They've been through a lot, especially here in Biloxi. So why is this year going to be different? We already kind of alluded to that, but what's your message to the fans as we get ready for the home opener?
I think this is the best team that's ever been in Mississippi. I think that our coach, Pence, is doing a great job creating a winning culture here, holding everyone to a high standard, and all the boys love each other. We're good at hockey, and we just want to win, and you guys will see that coming up soon.
You heard it from Caden Henry. Caden, thanks so much for joining me on the show. We appreciate your time. I'll be right back in a couple moments to wrap it up right here on Breaker Banter.
Strength isn't built in a single race. It's earned, mile after mile, pedal after pedal, step after step. The same endurance that drives athletes to the finish line fuels the steady hands and sharp focus required in surgery. It's about resilience, precision, and commitment in competition and in the operating room. Because true performance means showing up with excellence, no matter the arena.
Need an oil change but can't find the time? Matt Bowers Hyundai has free pickup and delivery for oil changes. If you live or work near Matt Bowers Hyundai in Gulfport, it doesn't get any easier. We'll come pick up your car at your home or business, leave you a loaner vehicle, change your oil, and give you a complimentary inspection. We'll even throw in a free car wash and bring your vehicle right back same day, zero hassle. Call now to schedule.
Shop smart. Buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai, Gulfport.
Ben & Jerry's is serving up true ice cream euphoria inside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Biloxi. You're sure to find your new favorite among more than 34 flavors. Let us scoop yours in one of our freshly baked waffle cones. Ben & Jerry's at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Biloxi, where euphoria awaits.
Fly in for a daiquiri that scores every time. Mile High Daiquiris is an aviation-themed daiquiri shop and the official daiquiri of the Biloxi Breakers. Open 7 days a week and offering 15 refreshing flavors, Jell-O shots, beer, and even a non-alcoholic daiquiri. They supply mobile daiquiris for weddings, birthday parties, and events. Only 4.6 miles west of the Mississippi Gulf Coast Coliseum. Grab your crew and come try the best daiquiris on the Gulf Coast where flavor takes flight. Become a frequent flyer at 1107 Cohen Road, Suite B, Gulfport.
At Superior Optical Lab, we're proud to be certified as a service-disabled, veteran-owned small business and to provide quality eyewear to veterans to whom we all owe our freedom. Thank you for your service.
Recharge your body. Reset your mind. Revive your spirit. At Revive and Thrive, every detail is designed to elevate your recovery and well-being. Unwind in our serene salt therapy room and float suite. Awaken your senses with the benefits of cold water immersion. Then, step into a custom-built sauna featuring soft Himalayan salt lighting for athletes, adventurers, and anyone ready to unlock the power of recovery. Discover the difference at reviveandthrivems.com.
The Mississippi Gulf Coast is where community and teamwork come together, on and off the ice. Foshi Residential is proud to support the Biloxi Breakers as they bring the heat to the rink this season. Foshi Residential manages 3 unique apartment communities along the coast, each offering modern finishes, resort-style amenities, and a location that puts coastal living right at your doorstep. Ready to find your community? Visit foshiresidential.com/Biloxi Breakers for more information.
When injury knocks you out, Bienville Orthopedic Specialists will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back in the game, back in motion, back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Bienville Orthopedic Specialists. We will get you back.
When things heat up, you don't just want a cold one. You want the coldest one. The cold lagered, cold filtered, cold packaged one. Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Coastal Prints is a brand new business on the coast specializing in screen printing, embroidery, and promotional items. Being local and with 30 plus years of experience, Coastal Prints carries all the hottest clothing brands and thousands of promotional items. Uniforms, workwear, hats, drinkware, coolers, tchotchkes, and much more. Coastal Prints will make your brand and logo stand out. Come see the new showroom on Seaway Road in Gulfport, or visit coastalprints.com or call 228-COASTAL.
Hello out there, we're on the air, it's hockey night tonight. Tension grows, the whistle blows, and the puck goes down the ice. The goalie jumps and the players bump and the fans all go insane. Someone roars, Bobby scores, that's a good old hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can name. And the best game you can name is the good old hockey game. Where players dash and skates a flash, the home team trails behind. But they grab the puck and go bursting up and they're down across the line. They storm the crease like bumblebees, they travel like a burning flame. We see them slide the puck inside, it's a good old hockey game.
want to buy a Matt Bowers Hyundai?
Buy local, Matt Bowers, Gulfport, Mississippi, Hyundai.
Greetings, loved ones. Let's take a journey.
I love a place where the grass is really greener. Warm, wet and wild. There must be something in the water. Sipping gin juice, laying underneath the palm trees. And then the birds break their necks, trying to creep a little sneak peek. You could travel the world, but nothing comes close to the Golden Coast. Once you party with us, you'll be falling in love. California girls were unforgettable. Daisy Dukes, bikinis on top, sun-kissed skin so hot, will melt your popsicle. Girls were undeniable. Fine, fresh beers, we got it on lock. West Coast represent. Now put your hands up.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the one, the only.
Test, 1, 2.
Biloxi, Mississippi.
Mississippi. The wait is over. A new wave is upon us. Hockey is here to stay on the Gulf Coast. Welcome to Breaker Bay.
Losing ground, I'm reaching for you.
Hockey Night live from Biloxi, Mississippi. My name is Devin Dobek, along with you for night 2 on our opening weekend here. November the 1st, a new month, and with that, a new Breakers team. They come in at 1-3, coming off a 7-6 barn burner loss last night, of course. What a great game. If you stayed up to watch the end of that one, 3 goals in a 5-minute span for the Breakers to make it a close hockey game, but a devastating late penalty closed the door on any sort of comeback. Cole Crowder had a hat trick last night. Might have flew under the radar on you, but one of the goals was scored incorrectly. So Crowder, congratulations, his first career professional hat trick last night. Let's hop into our Matt Bowers Hyundai starting lineups for the Breakers and Charlie Penn's group. It's going to be the same 5 skaters: Lucas Pikarczyk, Caden Henry, Yaroslav Dakimov, Cole Crowder, and Frank Steinway. Elwha Bouchard gets the nod in between the pipes. For the Moccasins, Liarakos, Scantlebury, and Gerstein, with Schumacher and Asp the pairing. Richie Perrant, the former Mississippi Seawolves, returns in between the pipes. It's the start of our Republic Finance first period. We're underway here in Biloxi. And already a quick whistle. Just a couple seconds into this one. Puck is dropped once again here. And now a quick burst the other way for Yaroslav Dakimov. Had a goal and an assist on the first 2 tallies last night. Trying to build off his success here in the early season. What a one it's been. Through 3 games, got 6 points. Pretty good productivity since returning to the FPHL. And now here's Pikarczyk leading with numbers the other way. Slowing it down, might have got hooked for a moment. Scantlebury looked back with a guilty look on his face, but the referees keep the whistles in the pockets here early on. Yesterday, the penalties certainly seemed to be a little bit few and far between, considering all the physical play that was going on. Charlie Penn's group trying to find a way to elevate their physicality here and compete with a Monroe team that has some big bodies. Get ready for another face-off here. And it's one back for a quick shot from the point that goes wide by Delaney. Delaney made his Breakers debut last night. His defensive partner, Richie Colarusso, also made his Breakers debut. Colarusso in his 7th FPHL game. Believe it or not, his 4th team was with the Binghamton Black Bears, the Zydeco, then went to camp with the Thunderbirds earlier this season before being signed by the Breakers. This one will be dumped in down low. An awkward stop for Richie Perrant to make. Pass across, too hard off the stick of Curtis Hansen. One of 4 returners blending the Seawolves and the Breakers era. Out there typically on what we call the Seawolves line, making up him, Keller, and Anderson. But looks like Charlie Penn's has done a little bit of juggling here early on. Hansen sends one out to the high slot. Too hot for Conway to control, and it goes back into the zone. Quick zone entry from Fernaris. Had his 2nd goal of the season last night as Bouchard makes a quick save there. 18-13 to go here, period 1. Thank you to everybody for tuning in. Saturday night hockey here in Biloxi. Matchup 3 of 12 between the Moccasins and the Breakers. Monroe has taken the first 2, and they've been thrillers, of course, on opening night in Monroe. A 9-5 victory for the Moccasins. Last night, 7-6 in the Breakers' home opener. Monroe has to take it back to their own zone. Being harassed is Green. Keller able to punch it back down low for a moment, and Green will slow things down. Corson Green, 6'2", 200 out of Potsdam, New York. Spent last season with the Birmingham Bulls of the SPHL with a goal and 2 assists across 27 games. Out to the point. Fake shot by Green, sends it to his defensive partner. Shot from the point, tipped in front, and Bouchard holds the far post. Back the other way, here's Grant Bondi flipping it up into the air. Keller will go out for a change. Infantino providing some forecheck there. 17:23 to go here in period 1. Shots are 1-0 Monroe early on. Cunningham, backhand feed down low, backhand opportunity in front, and it's snuffed out. Stefanini, who had a shorthanded goal last night, which proved to be the game winner, even though it made it 7-3. had the game winner. Short-handed, another one of those glaring errors that if you're a Breakers fan, you look back on them from last night and think, what could have been had they not given up that short-handed tally? Of course, had 3 straight power play goals in a 5-minute span, as I aforementioned earlier. Yanni Liarakos, the game's first star from last night, had a hat trick himself. No assist to pair with that, but what a night he had. Picked up a cowboy hat on the ice, put it right on. As now a quick turnover, Gerstein tried to center, got rejected. Out to the point, a drive from Schumacher, and it goes over everything. You have Dakimov out into the neutral zone for Henry. Burst to speed across the blue line. Now hits the brakes, centering one, tipped on front. You have Dakimov the follow, Pikarczyk. And it's saved by Perrant. Breaker Nation starting to bring some energy after a quick little flurry on offense there from the home team. Caden Henry will take the face-off. Pikarczyk in that shooting position just outside the circle. As the officials drop it again, Pikarczyk loads up and shoots. Tipped in front by Dakimov. He's so dangerous outside the crease. A guy who can deflect anything in front. Pikarczyk, score! The Breakers strike first in Game 2 at home. Pikarczyk with goals in back-to-back games. And the Breakers have their first goal of the season to make it 1-0 at Breaker Bay. Beautiful pass, and Pikarczyk with just a little hesitation outside the blue paint, able to bury it. And the Breakers, with a quick early start here, climb in front. Richie Perrant, the netminder for the Moccasins, 0-1 this season with an .871 save percentage, 4.00 goals against average, does not have a shutout. Had one last season, and that came against the Dashers Hockey Club, playing for the Mississippi Seawolves.
Assisted by number 16, Yaroslav.
Yaro Yevdokimov credited with the primary assist. What a pass. His vision on the ice and his IQ from all the pro experiences had has led to all that success. Henry, of course, picks up the other assist. Team's leading scorer with 11 points right now. Colarusso bangs it into the neutral zone. Conway, swing and a miss. Will go pick up the loose change. Throws it off the stick of Anderson to get it in deep. And half the Breaker unit will change. Inside 16 minutes to go. Breakers now have flipped the shot totals 4-2 in their favor. That opportunity on the far side snuffed out. Cunningham run into the wall with a nice check. Back down low, Perrant tried to slow it down for a moment, and it bleeds back below the end line. Derek Dubé-Plouffe had a pair of assists last night. He gets one of his first touches of the evening. Now right back to him. He'll start things back from north to south. Dubé-Plouffe holding, surveying, and centering one that's taken away by Keller. Keller trying to kick it into gear back the other way. The Cowboys ringing here at Breaker Bay. Pikarczyk, or rather Charbonneau. Xavier Charbonneau, a guy who's really started to make a place for himself in Charlie Penn's lineup. Of course, was scratched from the opening game against the Monroe Moccasins, but now has been pretty much an every guy since then. Caden Henry trying to motor his way out of his own zone. It's dumped in by Keller, and he'll go off for a change. Long shift for Blake Keller, but productive to dump it in. Monroe recollects, and they try to return the service. Right back the other way. Bouchard slows it down for a moment. Crowder, the first one there in the corner. Gerstein bumps into him. Crowder trying to break out pass just out of the reach of Yevdokimov. 14.5 minutes to go here, period one, in our Republic Finance first period. Try saying that 4 times fast. Out into the neutral zone. Slowed down for a moment by Liarakos. Back to Sam Turner. What a night he had. First time he's played in an opposing team's uniform here in the Coliseum. He was a 3-year Seawolf. Had 3 assists last night to commemorate his 3 seasons here in the Coliseum. I'm sure that was a little bittersweet storyline for the home fans, but of course, there is no love lost between these two teams. 2-on-1 for the Mock. Closing in for Norris out front. Knocked away by Frank Steinway. Really nice stick from Frank Steinway to break up that play, as it looked like Monroe had a sure goal here. Now over on the near side. Sent back down low into the corner. Official trying to bob and weave his way out of the way. Same crew as last night. The referees Bob Langdon and Steve Goody. Jeff Marcinick and Connor Stenson are the linesmen. Off the skate of a Moccasin in the middle. It's picked up by Henry. He takes his sweet time and finds it over to the near side for Steinway to poke through to the middle. Colarusso will wrap it in deep. Closing in on the 13-minute mark here in the first period. Still 1-0 Breakers. Anderson looking in front as Conway got cleaned out just outside the blue paint. A really nice hit by the Moccasin back check. Delaney. Drop pass over to Colarusso. Too hard off the tape of Hansen, and he'll go to try and track it down on the forecheck. Back the other way. Nice stand-up hit by Tim Delaney. Did just what it needed to do, freed up the puck. Colarusso shimmies it out of the zone. And we're going to get a quick whistle here. See what the indication is, but it will lead to our first media timeout, so we'll take it. Breakers strike first, 1-0. Lucas Pikarczyk with his third of the season. We'll be back in a splash.
Here in section 9.
Strength isn't built in a single race. It's earned, mile after mile, pedal after pedal, step after step. The same endurance that drives athletes to the finish line fuels the steady hands and sharp focus required in surgery. It's about resilience, precision, and commitment in competition and in the operating room. Because true performance means showing up with excellence, no matter the arena.
We welcome you back here out of our first media timeout. Breakers lead at 1-0, shots still 4-2 as they were a few minutes ago. Anderson ties off the faceoff, and it's controlled by the Moccasins. Quickly, Dubé-Plouffe in transition. Over to the far side, shoots one, trying to surprise Bouchard, who kicks it away smoothly. Josh Rosenzweig was the netminder last night. Bouchard gets the nod here tonight from Coach Pens, making his second start of the season, third appearance. He's got a record of 0-1, .899 save percentage, and .485 goals against average this year. Has not surrendered less than 5, trying to change that narrative here tonight. Looks like they forgot to get the clock going in the arena, so that's still stuck. Usually I'm the one forgetting the clock on the broadcast. So I've got the correct time here. It's about 11:50 what you're seeing on your screen. And the arena scoreboard still reads 12:37, so they're going to have to iron out that problem. Steinway, back down low, picks it up. Plays it high off the glass, but the deflection will negate the delay of game. Referee's trying to iron out the clock. I just told the guy down in between the glass we should have 11:33. Hopefully he checks his phone, but I'm sure he's trying to figure out the system. I wonder if he'll be able to find that error right now. So it looks like the referees are going to call for a stoppage. I might call down there right now. Back underway, we'll roll with what we got. Looks like a false start on the face-off here. We'll have to add another second. And puck dropped once again. Sam Turner shooting one from the point. It goes wide on the glove side of Bouchard. Infantino, saucer pass, turned it over. Pass down low, knocked away. That could have been trouble again. Is in all alone. Another chance in front for Schumacher. Or maybe that's Albrecht. Blast from the point by Rexmo. Sent in front, they score. A deflection goal in front. The Moccasins crash the net and they're rewarded. It's Austin Albrecht, who was quiet last night, only had the 1 assist, of course, the team leader with 10 points coming into last night's affair. But he picks up a goal sitting right in Bouchard's paint without a body on him. You have Dokimov not happy, talking with the official. Looks like we will play on at 1-1. Puck dropped once again and won by the Breakers. Steinway tried to stretch one out for Henry. Rather, that was Tim Delaney, as Mocs are going to get caught offside here. And another face-off set to come home. One of the biggest storylines for the Moccasins and one of the biggest changes from the last time the Breakers saw him. No Parker Moskal in the lineup for Monroe. Of course, he had a pair of goals in the home opener for the Moccasins, but he is no longer with the team. The Moccasins, a very deep team. As I mentioned, only 2 rookies in their lineup as this one goes up and out of play for another mile-high daiquiri puck out of play. But Monroe, yeah, I mean, you look up and down their roster, the talent speaks for itself. Alluded to it last night, but guys who've had all kinds of NHL affiliations, collegiate Division I, played overseas professionally. It is a well put together group for Nick Perkins. Centering pass knocked away. Colarusso with a beautiful play on the back check there. Now back over the blue line, looking for some sort of passing lane. Shoots one on goal, and Perrant takes it away. Colarusso with it again. Shooting through traffic. Perrant makes the save loose in front. And finally knocked away by the Moccasin defense. Pikarczyk right back into the line. Gets it to Yevdokimov. Trying to sweep one back in front. Was denied. Yarrow thought he might have got high stick there. Another word with the official. Scantlebury takes a hit from Brandon Lucchese, a physical catalyst for the Breakers. Scrum in front. Breakers trying to clear the puck out. It spits into the corner. Pikarczyk. Quick bank pass over to Grant Bondi. Bondi recorded his first professional point last night with an assist on the second Breakers goal. Also had a fight, so a pretty good night for him in his Breakers debut. Inside 10 minutes to go here. Next whistle will be immediate timeout. Down low, it's Albrecht again. He had the equalizer moments ago. Back across, quick shot, Ballant, and Bouchard gets over to the right post to make the save. Henry might have taken a stick off the shoulder. Instead tried to lead Hansen. And Hansen able to knock it in deep, so some of the forwards can change, and Hansen will get the rest of his line mates out there. Conway and Anderson join that group. Shots 1-1, shots on, or the score 1-1, the shots on goal 8-6 in favor of the Snakes. It was a game of runs yesterday. We'll see what tonight entails, but not as much of the back and forth as you would have expected given the 7-6 final. This one's knocked away and punched back in by Biloxi. Across the 9-minute mark now. Dubé-Plouffe over to Stefanini. Stefanini wheeling on the far side. Kicks it to his backhand, looking to center one. And it goes right through Gretzky's office all the way back to the near side. Breakers on the puck. Conway applied some pressure, beginning to harass Rexmo at the blue line, and Monroe will just elect to dump it in, take the change. Crowder looking to stretch one out for Conway. He couldn't get there, and that's about as easy an icing call as you're going to find. As we'll see if they are going to go to our media timeout. They have the light on, so we'll take it. Don't go anywhere. Still 1-1 between the Breakers and the Mocs.
Need an oil change but can't find the time? Matt Bowers Hyundai has free pickup and delivery for oil changes. If you live or work near Matt Bowers Hyundai in Gulfport, it doesn't get any easier. We'll come pick up your car at your home or business, leave you a loaner vehicle, change your oil, and give you a complimentary inspection. We'll even throw in a free car wash and bring your vehicle right back same day, zero hassle. Call now to schedule.
Shop smart. Buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai, Gulfport.
Ben & Jerry's is serving up true ice cream euphoria inside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Biloxi. You're sure to find your new favorite among more than 34 flavors. Let us scoop yours in one of our freshly baked waffle cones. Ben & Jerry's at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Biloxi, where euphoria awaits.
And we welcome you back to Breaker Bay. Devin Dobeck along with you. Moccasins Breakers tied at 1 here in their third meeting of the season on Breakers TV. Officials waiting for the final few seconds to trickle off the media timeout clock, and they'll shut off the light down in between the glass. Finally, the horn sounds, and we'll get back to the game. Infantino and Fernaris will take the face-off. It's controlled by Fernaris. Out to Ballant. Ballant, far side pass, knocked away by Crowder. That 6'5" reach, when he uses all of it, he can be an asset on defense. A forward by trade. Now loading up. Quick shot comes in off the glove of Bouchard, it looked like. Now once again out to the point. Blowing a tire was a Moccasin. Referee's arms in the air. Delayed call coming. Breakers have touched it. And who's the call going to be on? It's going to be a high stick. So both goalies left their nets as if the penalty was for their squad. They've put the walk-ons power play graphic up on the video board. So here we go. First man advantage opportunity for Biloxi. So they'll head a man up here with 7:48 to go in period one. Their first opportunity on the man advantage. It's Fernaris, 2 minutes for high sticking. Tie hockey game back underway. Crowder just inside the blue line trying to build on his big night. You have Dakimov back to Cole Crowder. A couple guys who've played in the ECHL in recent years. Crowder with the Whalers, and you have Dakimov with a number of teams. Most recently Tulsa, playing for the Oilers. Back out into the neutral zone. You have Dakimov has to reset it to Conway. Crowder, quick snap pass back on over to you have Dakimov trying to find his way free. Might have got taken down, but the Breakers already a man up. Referees say no call. We play on. As this one sent the distance back on over to Bouchard, who slows it down. Crowder, quick drop pass to Henry. That one was snuffed out for a moment by Turner. Skating out to the point. Pikarczyk, now Crowder. Crowder down low, quick pass back to Crowder, couldn't uncork it. Another quick shot from Henry. Crowder the follow, missed the net. Another quick burst in front for the Breakers. Sweep pass down low, Henry tried to fire it. And it goes off a defender. Henry gets it back in the circle. Looking for Pikarczyk. You have Dakimov forcing one in Perrant's direction. And a save made. Inside 40 seconds to go on the power play. Henry on over for Crowder. Crowder got jammed up trying to release the shot. And it comes back towards Bouchard. 30 seconds to go on the power play. Breakers power play comes in 25% on the season. 1 in every 4 tries. It's almost been a guarantee goal for them this season, at least once a game. Charbonneau's quick shot, save made by Perrant. Charbonneau centers another one, tipped in front. Perrant sprawling around, nobody knows where it is. And the officials come in, some pushing and shoving. Charbonneau in there. 5:56 to go, period one. These two teams once again starting to get a little feisty here in a hotly contested first period. So Breakers have one last opportunity to set it up. They got to be mindful of the guy that's going to be streaking out of the box in Carlos Fernares. You want to talk about resumes? Let's talk about Fernares for a moment. He had stints with Wheeling, Allen, Worcester, and Atlanta in the ECHL. All those are AA NHL affiliated. He also has played for Fayetteville and Peoria in the SPHL. With those two teams, 145 games played with 27 goals and 61 assists. Perrant having an equipment issue, as you see his vacant cage down there on the right side of our view here. So he's being worked on by Bob DeLessio, the equipment manager for the Moccasins. Of course, the Breakers have an equipment manager of their own. That's Mikey Roy. You want to talk about decorated. Mikey Roy, someone who served time in the NHL, working with the Winnipeg Jets for a few seasons, had all kinds of opportunities to meet some of the stars of the show. And it's been pretty cool to bend his ear and hear him talk about legends like Crosby and Ovechkin and some of the things and requests that they would have to do. For example, Alex Ovechkin only has Coca-Cola in his Gatorade bottle on the bench. He's got a bottle that's marked Ovechkin, and inside it, Coca-Cola, not water like you'd expect. OV runs on Coca-Cola, sugar and caffeine. Ironically enough, a Coca-Cola ad just came on the video board. But yeah, all kinds of cool stories like that that you wouldn't hear too often. Mikey Roy's got a whole bag of them. Both him and DeLessio, two of the best at what they do here in the FPHL. Mikey was actually at the rink at 10 o'clock today for the 7 o'clock puck drop. Some of the pieces that go under the radar but are huge assets to both organizations. Power play will come to an abrupt end here as the Moccasins send it in deep. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey. The walk-ons power play comes to an end. Off the stick of Keller, and then it bounced out of his reach. Fernares fresh out of the box. Dishes it off to the far side, back for Fernares. Couldn't reel it in. Back down low. Slowing things down, Scantlebury. Quick shot, tipped in front. Bouchard with the left pad makes another save. Now Charbonneau trying to find a gear. Perrant out of the paint, comes to play it off the wall to Rex Moe. Rex Moe, one of two Moes on the team. Of course, Hagen Moe the other, but he's out of the lineup with an undisclosed injury tonight. Dubé Plouffe, backhander, goes wide on the glove side of Bouchard. Back down low. Holding on to it, it's Rex Moe back up at the point. Nice hit to free up the puck over on the near side by Caden Henry. Charbonneau trying to muscle his way through a defender. He gets rubbed off the puck and gets stapled into the boards in his own right. He'll get cross-checked in the face. Charbonneau's got his helmet off. Will this be his first pro bout? It will. Rex Moe getting in there. And now, here we go. Charbonneau trying to get free. Oh, he got Rex Moe on the ground. And a couple. Moe comes back up. Xavier Charbonneau getting a taste of a few rights. Apologies for the fans standing in front of the camera, but you can't argue with the excitement going on here in the Coast Coliseum as Xavier Charbonneau in his first pro bout will get the crowd going, waving his fist in the air as he goes off to the box. You want to earn some respect from your head coach? There you go. You saw him beginning to defend himself, throwing some cross checks. And then Moe said, all right, we're going. And Charbonneau did not back down. Not the same Charbonneau we saw in his debut out in Topeka, where when he was getting shoved out of the crease, he would oblige and go into the corner. This time, sticking up for himself, dropping the mitts, and to the liking of Breaker Bay, gave a good fight. Charbonneau's got some serious strength. Of course, he is a rookie, one of a handful on Charlie Penn's squad. Val David, Quebec native, 5'11", 190. Had 74 points last season with the Tottenham Railers of the GMHL and was South Division's best defensive forward. Still looking for his first point, though. We'll step aside for another quick break and be back.
When injury knocks you out, Bienville Orthopedic Specialists will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back in the game, back in motion, back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Bienville Orthopedic Specialists. We will get you back.
Xavier Charbonneau with his first professional fight. Just skated off to the locker room. Only 4:36 on the game clock, so no point to sit in the box for 5 when the period's going to expire. So he gets a quick release. He'll be back for period 2 after our first whistle of at least 26 seconds in. Rex Moe, his dance partner, has a little bit of size on him, fair to say. 4 inches and 40 pounds, 6'3", 235 out of Grand Rapids, Michigan. He's a true power forward, known for his physical play, but not someone we've seen drop the gloves too often in the early part of the FPHL season. But Charbonneau and him got into it. They both shed him, and a little bit of life in this arena. Looked like we just heard a false whistle for a moment there, as the clock a couple seconds behind on our end. Up to speed now. Back the other way. Gerstein skates on by it. Schumacher had it knocked away from Lucchese. Takes it away from Bouchard to swat it out to Henry. Henry, he can fly. Coming in across the blue line. Slowing things down, looking for help. Sends it across, knocked away for a moment. Gerstein immediately back the other way. The only rookie in the lineup for the Moccasins tonight. Henry Graham, the starting goaltender from last night, scratched in today's lineup. Sean Kuhn is the backup. He has 3 out of 4 of the Moccasins wins in the early part of the season. The other one, of course, with Graham yesterday, but he did surrender 6. Another quick shot comes in wide on the glove side. Pikarczyk trying to free it up from Dubé-Plouffe. Over on the near side, Lucchese. Aaron stick on the far side of the ice is collected by the officials, handed off to Mikey Roy. Pikarczyk lose it to Dubé-Plouffe through the Keesler Federal logo at the top of the key, turns it over to Anderson. Dalton Anderson tilting the ice back the other way. Good strong back check from Stefanini, takes it away from the 200-plus FPHL vet. 200-plus games, I should say, for Dalton Anderson. Trey Fisher out there. Fisher will sling it into the neutral zone. Conway's got it. Declan Conway hits the brakes, and a strong back check from Sam Turner broke that up. Fisher has it on his backhand in on Perron, who makes the save. A good shift for Trey Fisher, who didn't have too much ice time last night. Gets out there tonight and immediately makes a play to Conway and then has a chance of his own. Just couldn't lift it too much on the backhand part of the stick. Trey Fisher, 5'7", 170 out of Chilliwack, British Columbia. Playing in his 54th FPHL game, has 18 career points. Still looking for his first of the season. Last season was with the Dashers Hockey Club and the HC Venom. A penalty kill specialist for Charlie Penns, but when he's in a forward role, he's that gritty grinder player that can turn something into nothing, and that's what we saw right there. Infantino loses the face-off draw. Now it comes out to Colarusso. Colarusso skates it behind Bouchard. He gets closed off the puck. Over the head of Fisher it goes now. Another quick shot in by Bouchard is held. And we'll get ready for another face-off. 138 seconds to go here. Period 1, all tied at 1. The shots are 11-11. Yesterday in the first period, they were 12-6 in favor of the Moccasins before that big second period in which they scored 4 unanswered after the Breakers struck first. Shots in that period 2 yesterday were 22-7 Monroe. Had a chance to chat with Henry Graham, of course, knew him from my time at UMass a few seasons ago, so I had the chance to catch up with the Moccasins goalie from yesterday, and he was like, yeah, I just never really had an opportunity to settle into the game. It seemed like most of the play was going on the other way. Didn't want to make excuses. He said, I let in 6 goals. I made plenty of mistakes myself. As another save made there by Bouchard. But he was like, I just never had that opportunity to settle in. It was his professional debut. Earlier this season was at an ECHL camp. Last season was as well. And would have made the roster, was actually the Utah Hockey Club's practice goalie. But injuries got in his way and altered his future. He winds up here in Monroe. Picked up his first win last night, but definitely some unfinished business for him in between the pipes. 2 minutes to go here, period 1. Centering pass, and Balan able to get that one on goal. Bouchard had to make an uncomfortable looking save. Now out at the point is Pikarczyk. He bumps it forward, then got pulled down right in front of the Monroe bench. Delayed call coming, and the referees did see that one. The referee closest to the play kept his arms down. But the Breakers are going to head to another man advantage for a hold. Breakers have not gone on the penalty kill just yet. They'll head to their second walk-ons power play in our Republic Finance first period. It's Kyler Matthews, who was part of the Grant Bondi fight yesterday, serving the time. So Breakers a chance to get a late goal and go ahead here in the closing moments of period 1. The closing moments was where Monroe really made it hurt. A tip in front by Yevdokimov just went wide of Perron's cage. But Monroe, of course, especially in the second period, they scored at 19:28 and then they scored at 19:41. 2 goals in 13 seconds in the final 32 seconds of period 2. Conway quickly dishes it on over to Yevdokimov. Putting it into Sport, he motors up the far side wall. Down in the corner, shoved off the puck, but not before getting it to Henry. Henry back to Yevdokimov in Gretzky's office. Back over to the far side, he peels. Pikarczyk outside the circle, back to Yevdokimov. Bank pass just barely got it to Pikarczyk. Good nifty movement from Pikarczyk to kick it to his backhand and nudge it to Crowder, and Crowder's shot goes wide and eventually is sent down. Trey Fisher down in the corner, getting another shift in just a couple minutes since he's been out there. Grant Bondi now starting things over to Caden Henry. Henry through the crested center ice, almost offside was Conway. Wouldn't be surprised if that gets reviewed, barring what the Breakers do in this next 15 seconds. Anderson over to Henry. Henry slowing it down, or rather, that's Fisher in front. Tip in front, goes wide. Again, Fisher almost fought one on goal. 5 seconds to go. Quick opportunity, Crowder settles it, has to shoot it. Here it is, and it goes wide. And that will conclude our first period. Breakers and Moccasins tied at 1. Shots are 13-11 in favor of Monroe. But an entertaining first period. Breakers will start the second frame on the man advantage for the opening 15 seconds. So stay tuned for that. Tonight on our intermission report, we have Josh Rosenzweig, who is our most recent guest on Breaker Banner. We'll get the first half of his episode here in our first intermission, followed by our advertisements, and then first period breakdown. And then in period 2, we'll do it with the back half and the same itinerary. So bear with us. We'll be back in a few short moments right here on Breakers TV. Welcome back into Breaker Banner. Devin Dobek joined by Josh Rosenzweig, the goaltender for the Biloxi Breakers, the first goaltender who's made an appearance on Breaker Banner. So Josh, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Well, Rosie, you're from Toronto, Ontario, so of course one of many Canadians on this team. When did you first begin to play the game, and did you always want to be a goaltender from a young age, or is it something you developed into?
Yeah, I mean, I've been basically playing hockey my whole life. Started when I was like 3 years old. Playing mini sticks in the basement with my dad as a kid. Fell in love with the game, watching Toronto Maple Leaf games, falling asleep on his lap as a baby. Just sort of fell in love with the game, and then always wanted to be a goalie.
So you said the Toronto Maple Leafs were your favorite team growing up. Did you have a favorite player that you admired growing up, and who's your favorite player now?
Yeah, I think it was James Reimer, the goalie.
Oh, yeah.
So he was number 34, and that's why I sort of picked 34, because that was the guy.
Stuck with you there
Yeah.
for a bit. Now you're rocking his number. But after growing up, you finally went into the GOJHL for the Niagara Falls Canucks and the Welland Junior Canadians. How did your game develop in those leagues before your career really took a leap to the next level?
Yeah, moving away from home at 16, getting drafted to Niagara. They sent me down to Welland and the Canucks to get in games. I was still with the team practicing with the Ice Dogs, and then just conditioning stints, getting into action in the Goj. It was really good just to see what juniors were like for the first time, and getting a grasp of everything.
So after your time in the GOJHL, you move on to the OHL, which for every avid hockey fan, they know that is the major junior league up in Canada. 3-letter league. You had the opportunity to play 3 full seasons in the OHL for the Niagara Ice Dogs. How different was the competition playing at that higher level compared to where you'd been in the G?
Yeah, obviously playing in the OHL, it's the best league in the world, major junior league. It was great for my development, and playing against the best of the best night in, night out. I'm very grateful that I got to do that.
So playing against the best of the best, I'm sure you crossed paths with some superstars nowadays.
Yeah.
Was there anyone that you played with that's made it to the show or played against?
Yeah, probably a dozen guys. A lot of them, we grew up together. We're all like close buddies. A good example would be Wyatt Johnson. He's on the Dallas Stars now. He's kind of the big name out of all the guys. He's making $64 million contract, so he's doing well. Guys like Quentin Byfield, Shane Wright, Mason McTavish, and the list goes on. I mean, all sort of household names now in the NHL, and just growing up with them through minor hockey and then playing with them in the OHL and seeing them getting drafted to the NHL and playing at the highest level possible. It's really cool to see that.
Did you have the opportunity to stay in touch with any of these guys from the OHL team? How close-knit was that group, and how's it today?
Yeah, I mean, I still keep in touch with most of my teammates from Niagara. Even my buddies, like I said, like Wyatt and stuff, in the summers, just training with them off the ice, and staying in touch, whether it's hanging out at one of the guys' cottages or just getting on the ice and getting ready for the season.
What was your favorite part about playing in the OHL? Of course, there's all kinds of glitz and glamour that come with being the best junior league in the world. So what was your favorite part of all that?
Just getting to show up to the rink every day, and getting to live out my dream of trying to make it to the NHL. Seeing the guys every day. I mean, I love it. That's why I love hockey. Just being in the room, playing games, traveling on the road, just everything to do with it. Yeah, it's amazing.
So you hold a couple records in the OHL as well, including the most saves in a game, which is 61, a franchise record for Niagara as well, and also the OHL most points by a goaltender in a season. That was 11 assists, also a franchise record in Niagara. What do those awards mean to you now? Looking back at those accolades, does it kind of bring you a sense of fulfillment, or is it something that's in the past? It's in the past, or?
Yeah, I mean, those records are pretty cool to look back on, knowing that that's what I have with me. I'll always have those moments with me. Obviously, really wanted to get drafted to the NHL. That was the dream. But all in all, I mean, I had a pretty good 3-year career there and had a lot of fun and grew a lot on and off the ice. So.
Moving on here, Rosie, a little bit. So you have your time in the OHL, and then you decide to turn pro and you come to the United States, somewhere you hadn't played before really in your career. Did you pick up on any glaring differences between playing in America and playing in Canada? Of course, the jump from major, junior to pro as well.
Yeah, I think obviously the biggest difference was when you're in major juniors, you're playing 16 to 20-year-olds, and then obviously going pro, there's grown men twice your age, twice your size, and they've been doing it their entire life, and it's pretty interesting to see how the guys act at a pro level. You know, some guys have wives and kids. You know, they're battling every day, you know, fighting for their jobs, and you know, nothing's ever for granted. And yeah, that was probably the biggest adjustment, was you're in a man's game now.
So after your time in Watertown, Rosie, you go to the Athens Rock Lobsters, and this is when, after you had those records in the OHL, this was your next big year to reel in some accolades. Of course, after your season with Athens, you were second in league save percentage at .926, third in wins with 21, and had a Goalie of the Month award. So how did your time in Athens kind of parlay your experience from Watertown and lead to more success for you?
Yeah, I mean, I had a really great year last year. Athens was a great spot. We had a good team in front of us, and yeah, we just we were a really good team, and yeah.
It was a lot of well-rounded talent, of course. You look up and down that roster, it's filled with guys who've played at all sorts of different levels. They've got all kinds of accolades. Of course, the defending MVP and points leader in Milan. Playing with all those guys and having those great pieces in front of you, do you think it made your life a little easier, or at least boosted your confidence in between the pipes?
Yeah, we were a pretty deep team. We had good defensemen in front of me, and I think playing in the South last year was really cool compared to the North, just because the rinks are bigger, more fans, and I mean, I love playing under the pressure, under the spotlight. I feel like I elevate my game to that, and just trying to do that again here.
Strength isn't built in a single race. It's earned, mile after mile, pedal after pedal, step after step. The same endurance that drives athletes to the finish line fuels the steady hands and sharp focus required in surgery. It's about resilience, precision, and commitment, in competition and in the operating room. Because true performance means showing up with excellence, no matter the arena.
Need an oil change but can't find the time? Matt Bowers Hyundai has free pickup and delivery for oil changes. If you live or work near Matt Bowers Hyundai in Gulfport, it doesn't get any easier. We'll come pick up your car at your home or business, leave you a loaner vehicle, change your oil, and give you a complimentary inspection. We'll even throw in a free car wash and bring your vehicle right back same day, zero hassle. Call now to schedule.
Shop smart. Buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai, Gulfport.
Ben & Jerry's is serving up true ice cream euphoria inside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Biloxi. You're sure to find your new favorite among more than 34 flavors. Let us scoop yours in one of our freshly baked waffle cones. Ben & Jerry's at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Biloxi, where euphoria awaits.
Fly in for a daiquiri that scores every time. Mile High Daiquiris is an aviation-themed daiquiri shop and the official daiquiri of the Biloxi Breakers. Open 7 days a week and offering 15 refreshing flavors, Jello shots, beer, and even a non-alcoholic daiquiri. They supply mobile daiquiris for weddings, birthday parties, and events. Only 4.6 miles west of the Mississippi Gulf Coast Coliseum. Grab your crew and come try the best daiquiris on the Gulf Coast where flavor takes flight. Become a frequent flyer at 1107 Cohen Road, Suite B, Gulfport.
At Superior Optical Lab, we're proud to be certified as a service-disabled, veteran-owned small business and to provide quality eyewear to veterans to whom we all owe our freedom. Thank you for your service.
Recharge your body. Reset your mind. Revive your spirit. At Revive and Thrive, every detail is designed to elevate your recovery and well-being. Unwind in our serene salt therapy room and float suite. Awaken your senses with the benefits of cold water immersion. Then, step into a custom-built sauna featuring soft Himalayan salt lighting for athletes, adventurers, and anyone ready to unlock the power of recovery. Discover the difference at reviveandthrivems.com.
The Mississippi Gulf Coast is where community and teamwork come together, on and off the ice. Foshi Residential is proud to support the Biloxi Breakers as they bring the heat to the rink this season. Foshi Residential manages 3 unique apartment communities along the coast, each offering modern finishes, resort-style amenities, and a location that puts coastal living right at your doorstep. Ready to find your community? Visit foshiresidential.com/Biloxi Breakers for more information.
When injury knocks you out, Bienville Orthopedic Specialists will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back in the game, back in motion, back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Bienville Orthopedic Specialists. We will get you back.
When things heat up, you don't just want a cold one. You want the coldest one. The cold lagered, cold filtered, cold packaged one. Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Coastal Prints is a brand new business on the coast specializing in screen printing, embroidery, and promotional items. Being local and with 30 plus years of experience, Coastal Prints carries all the hottest clothing brands and thousands of promotional items. Uniforms, workwear, hats, drinkware, coolers, tchotchkes, and much more. Coastal Prints will make your brand and logo stand out. Come see the new showroom on Seaway Road in Gulfport, or visit coastalprints.com or call 228-COASTAL.
Hello out there, we're on the air, it's hockey night tonight. Tension grows, the whistle blows, and the puck goes down the ice. The goalie jumps and the players bump and the fans all go insane. Someone roars, Bobby scores at the good old hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can name. And the best game you can name is the good old hockey game. Where players dash, the skates are flash, the home team trails behind. But they grab the puck and go bursting up and they're down across the line. They storm the crease like bumblebees, they travel like a burning flame. We see them slide the puck inside, it's a good old hockey game.
And we welcome you back for our first intermission summary. Devin Dobeck back with you from high above the ice here in the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. The Breakers and the Moccasins tied at 1. The score 1-1. The shots 13-11 in favor of Monroe. Biloxi 0 for 2 on the only 2-man advantage opportunities of the game. 9 penalty minutes for the Moccasins, 5 for the Breakers, of course. 5 each way for the fight between Charbonneau and Moe. And then 2 minor penalties for the Moccasins. Breakers will start the frame on the power play for 15 seconds remaining on the Kyler Matthews penalty, but an entertaining first period to say the least. Let's take you through the goal scorers in the opening 20. Lucas Pikarczyk at 3:26 opened the scoring from Yevdokimov and Henry with a beautiful hesitation backhand finish to beat Richie Perrant and put the Breakers ahead 1-0. That's the first time the Breakers have scored the opening goal in a contest this season. But it was tied about 5 minutes later when Austin Albrecht, the former UMass Minuteman and AIC Yellow Jacket at the Division I level, finished for his 5th of the season to tie it at 1. Perrant makes 10 saves in the opening 20, Bouchard 12. Both goaltenders certainly seem to be saddled in, made some timely stops when their team needed them. As we're bleeding out the final 30 seconds here. Wherever you're joining us from, Breakers TV on Sportfy and YouTube, or if you're on the radio, 106.3 Super Talk Mississippi, happy to welcome you there as well. Breakers and the Moccasins in battle 3 out of 12 between these two southern teams. And they have put on a show here tonight. We've already had a goal each way and a fight. Charbonneau and Moe will return to their respective penalty boxes for the opening 26 seconds of the frame, and then after a whistle they will be released. Still waiting to get the 20 minutes back up on the game clock in the arena, and now it's showing, and we'll get back to playing hockey here in our Aaron's second period. Caden Henry out of his own end, or rather Declan Conway pushes it on over to Caden Henry. He'll peel down low. Rather, that might be Pikarczyk. I got my lines mixed up. Here's Caden Henry getting it back out to the point. Cole Crowder, little trouble handling it in the neutral zone. It's sent back to open ice where Pikarczyk will sweep it on in. Opening 30 seconds of period 2 already gone by. Henry looking to center one for Pikarczyk. And he coils back out to the corner. Bank pass to the point. Quick shot comes in by Steinway. Never got through. Cherry picking opportunity for the Moccasins. No breaker around him walking in. Quick shot, they score. Breakers just did not have the defensive awareness that they needed there, and the Moccasins make it hurt. It's Austin Albrecht once again, who was all alone in between 2 defenders. And you can imagine those 2 players are going to hear a few words from Charlie Penns after that one. It's one thing to let up a goal, but when it's something that you can definitely control and not necessarily a great play made by the opposition, it frustrates you. And that's a lot of what happened last night and led to the demise of the Breakers. Liarakos nudges it up ahead, gets by Delaney down into the corner wall for Colarusso. Hard around the wall to Trey Fisher. Fisher a little trouble handling it, bumped off the puck. He comes in on Bouchard and taken by Colarusso. Too strong around Fisher. Fisher looking to go block a shot, and it goes up and over towards the back post. Dangerous area. Bouchard didn't see it for a moment. Another quick shot comes in. So Albrecht's got 2 tonight. He's on hat-trick watch with 38 plus minutes of regulation time to go. Dalton Anderson gets it to Curtis Hansen, right back down low for Liarakos. 9th all-time leading scorer in FPHL history. Quick shot comes in. Another Bouchard save had to be made. And it'll be touched out by Colarusso, who goes for a change. Blake Keller sends it back into the zone, but no one there to help him out. Pass from Bondi goes over to the far side where Conway will settle and go back towards his own area. Keller shoots it back in deep. Breaker Bay trying to come alive here, trailing the Moccasins 2-1. They haven't updated the scoreboard yet either, but we've been on ours. We've kind of switched powers with the clock here tonight. As Bondi shooting one from the point. That one tipped up and over far away on the glove side of Perrant. Infantino in the corner, centering one for Keller, a blind pass that was knocked away. Lucchese just inside the blue line. Takes a shot, took the stick of Cunningham with him, and Monroe able to free up the puck. Stefanini trying a quick move, but he's run into by Bondi. Grant Bondi has been using his body to make things happen for the Breakers. And now his second game wearing the white. After the game tonight, the Breakers will have an autograph section in the south entrance of the stadium, so pretty cool opportunity for the fans. Spent a lot of time to meet and greet with the Breakers out in the community, of course, at the Hard Rock for our weekly shows. High stick there. Breakers are going to go. It's going to be Conway on the delayed penalty, and it would have been a 3-on-1 the other way had that call not happened. But Conway loses a little control of his stick, and he's going to go for 2. Conway, a very disciplined player, but sometimes you get a little too excited trying to make a play. That time he did, and so he's the guilty party. The only shot in the period belongs to Monroe, and it found the back of the net, courtesy of Austin Albrecht. So it'll be our first Raven and Rose tattoo penalty kill, as the Moccasins head right back to work. Another quick save made by Bouchard at the 16:42 mark. Breakers kill goes to work for the first time tonight. Monroe scored a couple power play goals last night. Corson Green above the circle holding. Sends it back across, closing in. Quick shot, and Bouchard fights it off with the shoulder. Another tough save that he had to make. And so we'll get ready to do it again on the near side circle. Huge shout out to everyone who came out to opening night that's now watching at home. We wish you could be with us for another night, but thank you for all your support of Breakers hockey. Of course, competing with a number of things. Game 7 of the World Series, high school football going on around the area is a pretty big thing. A lot of attractions here in Biloxi, but the Breakers will be the biggest by the end of the season. You can guarantee that. So here comes Monroe back the other way. On over to Belant. Coiling down below the end line. Now sends it back up above the circle. Camera went out for a moment there. Our apologies. Another quick drive comes in. Just misses the blocker side of Bouchard. Charbonneau with a nice kill there. Able to send it the length. Good shift from Delaney, Fisher, Charbonneau, and Crowder. Crowder stays out there to play a little longer on the kill. Of course, on the near side of the ice, the bench on the far. So a little more difficult for his journey to get home. As Monroe going to get caught offside here with 15:50 to go. Minute left on the Declan Conway minor. Declan Flanagan, the other Declan on this team, on the injured list. Actually can see him off to my left, way up in the concourse. But a guy who certainly wants to be on the ice, but dealing with an injury that hopefully will be ironed out soon, but a defenseman that Biloxi certainly would like to have back. Sam Turner skates over to the top of the key, slowing down and back skating now. Couple shimmy shakes, gives it to Schumacher, handcuffed him for a moment. Back to Turner, Schumacher wants it again. Turner switching places with him, over to the near side, shoots. That one pinballing around in front, everybody trying to locate it. Finally, it gets to the stick of Schumacher, and he put it off the crossbar. Or rather, that was Scantlebury. Another quick shot comes in. Bouchard might have taken that one off the face. He's putting his hand in the air for the official. He wants a whistle. Won't get it. There's a couple guys right in front of Bouchard. As taken down there is Steinway, and he plays it off the tape of Infantino. And the Breaker Nation comes to life, showing some support for the penalty kill. Dubé-Plouffe lost it for a moment, gets it back. On over for Schumacher. Schumacher comes in and shoots. Save made Bouchard. Conway out of the box. We're back to even strength. Raven and Rose tattoo penalty kill is 0 for 1. Or 1 for 1 on the evening, excuse me. Monroe power play is 0 for 1. Out into the middle. Fernaris on his forehand shoots. Tried an uncomfortable looking save for Bouchard. Caden Henry right back the other way across the blue line. Conway into the skates of Pikarczyk, who couldn't find it. Off the backhand of Conway, Monroe able to repossess it. Belant shoved over by Delaney. Lucchese bangs Turner into the wall. A little extra pushing and shoving there. Another nice hit from Delaney as the shot in front is deflected up. Pikarczyk might have gotten a piece of that. If he wasn't there, both his defensemen were in the corner. That could have been trouble. It's our first media timeout. We'll take it here on Breakers TV and be back in a moment.
The Mississippi Gulf Coast is where community and teamwork come together, on and off the ice. Foshi Residential is proud to support the Biloxi Breakers as they bring the heat to the rink this season. Foshi Residential manages 3 unique apartment communities along the coast, each offering modern finishes, resort-style amenities, and a location that puts coastal living right at your doorstep. Ready to find your community? Visit foshiresidential.com/Biloxi Breakers for more information.
At Superior Optical Lab, we're proud to be certified as a service-disabled, veteran-owned small business and to provide quality eyewear to veterans to whom we all owe our freedom. Thank you for your service.
And we welcome you back here on Breakers TV. Clock has continued to run on us, of course, so we'll catch that back up to speed for you. Reading just a couple ticks above 14 minutes in the meantime. Shots are 17-11 in favor of the Moccasins. The Breakers do not have a shot on goal through the opening 6 minutes of the frame. Face-off controlled by the Moccasins. Sent up to the point. Kyler Matthews shot knocked down. There was Yevdokimov trying to get free. Breaker bench wanted to call. They won't get it. Could have been a clear path to the goal as Henry's taken down. And now the arm goes in the air. So the Breakers are going to be headed back to another walk-ons power play. Yevdokimov having a conversation with the Moccasin that took him down, and Sam Turner, or rather Carlos Fernares, and so Monroe will go shorthanded again. Another opportunity for the Breakers to cash in. As we mentioned, their power play has been almost a guarantee at least once a game in the early onset part of the season. After all that, the penalty was ironed out to Corson Green. Back underway here. Corson Green goes for interference, and that was probably when he took down Yevdokimov. So walk-ons power play for Biloxi. Here they come, 3-on-2 numbers the other way. Yevdokimov holding and shooting, save made by Perrant. Pikarczyk down low, shoves it over to the corner. Cole Crowder on the sidewall, able to nudge it to Pikarczyk. Back to Crowder with room, he shoots. Blocked down in front. Henry couldn't catch up to it, and Turner takes out the trash. 80 seconds to go on the man advantage. Declan Conway from around his own goal looking to reset the zone entry. Gives it to the near side for Anderson. Anderson tried to slide one for Infantino, couldn't get it there. Picks up his own mistake. Anderson around the wall hard to Dylan Infantino. And Infantino has his pocket picked. It goes the length. 12:40 to go here in period 2. Devin Dobeck along with you. Wherever you're joining us from, happy to have you on board. Quick stretch pass to Charbonneau. He gets run into by Schumacher, but avoided most of that hit. Down in the corner. Monroe once again able to get it, but not out. Tipped in front by Infantino, and Perrant made another difficult save. Breakers starting to pick up a couple shots here thanks to the power play. Conway's drive tipped in front by Infantino, way up and into the seats. 12:05 to go here in the second period, so just about halfway home. Hope everybody's enjoying our broadcast. Of course, it was a hectic week ahead of opening week, but we're going to have all kinds of specials and segments for you going forward. Hope you're enjoying our Bowers Beats bits that we've been doing. Little chance for the guys to show some personality, but there's reports that Conway has to get a little more choreography, so we're going to work on that with him. Well, we've also got an eager roster looking to make appearances on Bowers Beats, so might have to get back in line. Matt Bowers Hyundai has been a great sponsor for the Breakers early on. Their support has been something that definitely was needed, because they do so much for this team. We've had the chance to be on the property with them, of course, shooting videos. They just got all the team's Matt Bowers Breaker sweatshirts, so all kinds of really good stuff that they're doing above and beyond what we need from a partner. So huge shout out to our friends at Matt Bowers Hyundai. But the support from the entire community, I mean, you look around at this game, the entire board ads are filled. There is not any white wall on the boards. That's pretty impressive for a team that was a couple dollars away from maybe not being here last season. So huge shout out to everybody who's made that happen. As we get back to the action, inside 11 minutes to go here in the second period. Shot 17-13. The walk-ons power play did come to an end, as Blake Keller now in the corner, still searching for his first tuck of the season. Tried to bat it down, but was rejected by the dasher. Out in the neutral zone, Bondi took down a man, and he's going to go. The official caught it. Looked like Bondi might have got away with it for a moment as he flips the puck away, and he's going to head off for 2 minutes. So it'll be another Raven and Rose tattoo penalty kill. As Bondi took down a man on the half wall, and he'll have to go sit for 2. Shout out to our friends from Monroe joining us as well on the broadcast. Looks like we've got a pretty good following here tonight. .10:37 to go, and Bondi leaves his team shorthanded for 2 of them. Down in the corner, Cole Crowder the first one there, but we're going to get another quick whistle, and it looked like maybe the door opened above the Keesler Federal logo on the boards over there, so the referee blew the play dead, and we'll get ready for another face-off. Of course, safety first. You don't want someone flying through the boards there. Not a comfortable feeling to run into the side of a wall with that door open. It did come open last night one time on a hit. Fisher looking to nudge it out of the zone, couldn't complete the task. Now a quick opportunity, and it goes up and off the window from Sam Turner. Trey Fisher runs into Turner and takes a slash from him as reparation. Now out to the point, it's Turner again. Fisher looking to flank him, down on a knee, deflected the pass, but not enough. Centering pass denied by the Breaker defensive group. Schumacher coils up to the point, drops it for Leorakos. Another delayed penalty coming against Biloxi here. It looks like maybe Crowder in front of the goal as he takes down a man, and we're going to get some pushing and shoving is now getting involved. It looks like Trey Fisher not happy with a Moccasin, picking on his defensive man. He gets tangled up, and the referees will untangle him. Fisher got his helmet off, as both Fisher and Crowder now are going to head to the box. And the Breakers are going to be very shorthanded after we come back from the break. We'll be back in a few moments. Breakers going to need a good kill.
Fly in for a daiquiri that scores every time. Mile High Daiquiris is an aviation-themed daiquiri shop and the official daiquiri of the Biloxi Breakers. Open 7 days a week and offering 15 refreshing flavors, Jell-O shots, beer, and even a non-alcoholic daiquiri. They supply mobile daiquiris for weddings, birthday parties, and events. Only 4.6 miles west of the Mississippi Gulf Coast Coliseum. Grab your crew and come try the best daiquiris on the Gulf Coast where flavor takes flight. Become a frequent flyer at 1107 Cohen Road, Suite B, Gulfport. We welcome you back inside the Coast Coliseum. They're still trying to iron out all the penalty minutes. There's none showing on the scoreboard currently other than the Bondi penalty, which you see on your screen as well. So once it's updated on the board in the arena, we will figure out what's going on. There was a moccasin placed in the box as well. It looks to be the captain, or at least the former captain of the Port Huron Prowlers, Tucker Scantlebury. It might even be Frank Schumacher. It's actually Derek Dubé-Plouffe. Trey Fisher given 2 minutes for roughing. And so for the moment, it's going to be a 5-on-3. We'll see if they add any other moccasin to that mix. But no, 5-on-3 is what we're going to do. So Fisher's physical play unfortunately came at the wrong time. And a 5-on-3 will happen now. Chance in front. And the Breakers snuff it out and clear. They've got a lot of work to do to get through the 5-on-3. Apologies, we're in relatively unprecedented territory, so our graphic is a little low showing the penalty clock. But once the first expires, you will see the second. There is 2 on there. It's 5-on-3. We'll have that adjusted. Trey Fisher given a cross-checking penalty and a delay of game to Dubé-Plouffe. Anderson with a nice stick, but unable to force it out of the zone. Now another chance off the stick of Delaney. Infantino looking to create some area. Schumacher's drive. Save made by Bouchard. 29 seconds remaining on the Bondi penalty. 1 minute and 9 seconds on the Fisher minor for cross-checking. So they definitely handed out some serious time. Cole Crowder was given a delay of game minor as well, along with Dubé-Plouffe. But Fisher's cross-check for sticking up for Crowder is what ended up hurting him as we head to another media timeout. And we will take it. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a splash.
When injury knocks you out, Bienville Orthopedic Specialists will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back in the game, back in motion, back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Bienville Orthopedic Specialists. We will get you back.
Welcome you back once again. Breakers with work to do, trying to kill a 5-on-3 penalty. as we're underway once again. Pass out to Green. Moccasins backing in on the breakers as Bouchard holds on to this one, makes another uncomfortable save. There's been a couple of those for Bouchard tonight that come high up above the logo, and he's just had to squeeze it and stay still. 18 seconds on the Bondi minor, 59 on the Crowder is the one they put on the board now, so they changed it from 9 to 19, but both of them are in there, so pick your poison on who you want the extra 2 minutes on the board to read, Crowder or Fisher. Corson Green above the circle. Quick pass in front, that just barely got through everything. Would have been a sure goal had it been tape to tape. Bondi about to be released. Green looking for a quick last-second goal. Pass in front. Bouchard sprawled out as now here's a stretch pass ahead to Bondi. One-on-one with the goaltender. Shoots, and a hook was made from the official. Are we going to get a Bondi penalty shot? Bondi skates to the crested center ice, and it looks like he might have a chance himself to tie this hockey game. Looks like the officials are gonna give 2 minutes instead to Corson Green, and maybe a good penalty. Of course, Bondi, a defenseman, hasn't scored this season, but when you see a breakaway, of course, when you're short-handed, got to make sure that your goaltender's all set. So some people will dispute the penalty and maybe think of it differently, but nonetheless, it stands.
Penalty on the Moccasins. Number 3, Corson Green. 2 minutes.
So Corson Green giving the 2-minute hooking penalty. Either Crowder or Fisher will be out in the next 18 seconds. It's now maybe a chance. You have Dokimov just barely offside. Score still 2-1 Monroe. Catching up our clocks with you. It's about to be a walk-ons power play here. As Breakers are going to get one back momentarily. Here he is, Cole Crowder. So it's a walk-ons power play. Breakers unsuccessful thus far tonight. They have just 3 shots in the opening 12 minutes of period 2. Monroe's countered with 6 of their own. So not a whole lot of offense going on. A lot of back and forth, sloppy, undisciplined hockey. But still time for someone to make an impact here in the back 9 of game 2 here on opening weekend. Conway sends it in deep. Perrant uses the paddle of his stick to make sure it stays down below the goal line. Stretch pass up ahead, now 2-on-1, another breakdown. Fernares to the middle, back to Fernares. Down low, Bouchard holds the post. Oh, Elwha Bouchard made an incredible save there. That could have been trouble. Wow, Elwha Bouchard has put together another good-looking save. Those are the types of stops he's going to have to make, especially short-handed, if his team wants to find a way to send the home crowd home happy. Breakers scored 3 minutes and 20 seconds into the first period, courtesy of Lucas Pikarczyk. But they've been relatively docile since. Infantino, couple shimmy shakes, enters the zone and hits the brakes. Slows down, backhand pass to Charbonneau as he's tipped over. Charbonneau across for Keller. It was tipped before it got to Keller, so he couldn't get a shot away. Keller looking in the middle for Charbonneau. Tried to bat it down, but instead Monroe, the first one to touch it, and they will send it out. Out in the middle. Swing and a miss from Curtis Hansen out there on the power play. Apologies, our camera froze on you. We will get that back up and going. 6:15 to go here in the second period. Not a high-scoring affair just yet like it was yesterday. Another swing and a miss down low from Dubé Plouffe. Out at the point, another shot tipped in front, and Bouchard makes a save off the shoulder. Now Cunningham comes in with a drive, and it goes over everything off the glass. Monroe backing in again, another backhand feed. Bouchard made himself look big, so the opportunity was snuffed out. Looked like another jammed up stick. 5:30 to go here in the second period. Devin Dobeck along with you on Breakers TV on Sportfy, YouTube, and 106.3 Super Talk Mississippi. Wherever you're joining us from, happy to have you. Caden Henry wheeling ahead, backhand feed right on the tape of Pikarczyk. Over to Yevdokimov. He gets a backhander on goal, but it's quickly held as now some pushing and shoving. Henry and Scantlebury involved. Henry dropped his stick, and now him and Scantlebury become acquainted. Scantlebury with one punch takes him down. Henry still on the ground. Scantlebury still grabbing him. Henry did get his gloves off, so it looked like he definitely wanted it, but didn't get too many punches away. Scantlebury is sent off. They'll share a few words in between the glass in the crossfire of the off-ice officials down there. Henry looking to provide some jolt to his team as Scantlebury checked him right into the crossbar, and Henry said, all right, here we go. But Scantlebury, a guy who had over 200 penalty minutes last year in Port Huron, one of the toughest skilled players in the league. He also had an offensive career season last year with 19 goals and 39 points. 5 game winners and a plus 15 rating to pair with those 210 penalty minutes. Even though the gloves were shed, both guys will get 2 minutes for roughing, as it was not too much of a fight. So we're gonna play 4-on-4 hockey for the first time of the weekend. Face off just outside the blue line. Slowing things down is Albrecht. He's got both goals for the Moccasins thus far. Fernaris back across to Albrecht. Had his pocket picked by Yevdokimov, who drops it on off to Pikarczyk. Pikarczyk got hit up high trying to make a play on the dump. Now over on the near side, Crowder was pulling down low a little bit. Monroe elected to reset back the other way. Steinway rubs off Albrecht. Regains possession of the puck for his crew. Crowder now down behind Bouchard's cage. Frees the puck up where it's slowed down by Steinway again. Creates some opportunity with a quick sunk, as I've learned it's called. He wasn't behind the goal, but a fake pass and shook the defender away. Declan Flanagan taught me that one. Still might have used it wrong and might hear about it on Monday at practice, but we're getting there. A lot of interesting hockey slang nonetheless throughout the game, and let alone what's said on the ice. Conway over on the half wall, slides it to Steinway. No look pass for Conway, and Yevdokimov got caught offside, getting a little too eager to enter the zone. Looked like maybe he thought Conway was going to slide it to him. As it's our final media timeout of period 2. The only goal belongs to the Moccasins in the frame. We're going to step aside once again and be back for the final 3:52.
Recharge your body. Reset your mind. Revive your spirit. At Revive and Thrive, every detail is designed to elevate your recovery and well-being. Unwind in our serene salt therapy room and float suite. Awaken your senses with the benefits of cold water immersion. Then, step into a custom-built sauna featuring soft Himalayan salt lighting for athletes, adventurers, and anyone ready to unlock the power of recovery. Discover the difference at reviveandthrivems.com.
Coastal Prints is a brand new business on the coast specializing in screen printing, embroidery, and promotional items. Being local and with 30 plus years of experience, Coastal Prints carries all the hottest clothing brands and thousands of promotional items. Uniforms, workwear, hats, drinkware, coolers, tchotchkes, and much more. Coastal Prints will make your brand and logo stand out. Come see the new showroom on Seaway Road in Gulfport, or visit coastalprints.com or call 228-COASTAL.
When things heat up, you don't just want a cold one. You want the coldest one. The cold lagered, cold filtered, cold packaged one. Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Quick little shotgun in our media timeout, but we're back to the action here. Our clock will catch up as well. Cut just a little bit short there. Another quick chance, they score! It's Yevdokimov again with a big goal. The equalizer comes at an opportunistic time for Biloxi, a time when the offense had been few and far between, but one of their biggest playmakers takes it upon himself and buries one down in front of Perron, and we're all even at 2. Yaro Yevdokimov makes the game look so effortless. Picking up his 5th of the season already in just his 4th game. He's got 8 points. Has also been involved on the score sheet on the first goal of the Picard check. Him and Henry. So, quick conversation between Conway along with Schumacher and the officials. And we'll see how they elect to go about this. Looks like because of the nature of the puck being right around that crease area, Monroe's going to have to decide if they want to challenge. And the officials are calling over to the penalty bench. So here we go. We'll take a break while they hop into the booth and be back in a moment right here on Breakers TV.
Greetings, loved ones. Let's take a journey.
I know a place where the grass is really greener. Warm, wet and wild. There must be something in the water. Sipping gin juice, laying underneath the palm trees. And the bugs break their necks, trying to creep a little sneak peek. You could travel the world, but nothing comes close to the golden coast. Once you party with us, you'll be falling in love. California girls were unforgettable. Daisy Dukes, bikinis on top. Sun-kissed skin so hot, will melt your popsicle. Girls were undeniable. Fine, fresh beers, we got it on lock. West Coast represent, now put your hands up.
I'm seeing a lot of people look up and say that the play was offside, so that's what the officials are trying to determine, but it looks like this one may be coming off the scoreboard due to an offside as they continue to look in between the glass. That's what you're seeing on your screen there. For the moment, it's 2-2, but there's a lot of speculation and a lot of looks up here with people indicating looks like this one definitely was off. The officials trying to determine that for themselves now. So it looks like they do have their verdict. They'll give the explanation to Infantino and Schumacher. Infantino returns to the bench as the official skates to center ice. Schumacher still chatting with him. Referees converge, the linesmen as well. And a Moccasin just went to the penalty bench. Dubé Plouffe is going to be serving 2 minutes. This goal might stand. Well, there you go. If you're the Breakers, here's your opportunity to really put together a run. So now you're going to be headed to the man advantage after the failed challenge attempt. And the Breakers catch a break, no pun intended. So the Breakers on a 4-on-3 power play now. With just inside 3.5 minutes to go. Yarrow continues his reign here with the Breakers. Yevdokimov down below the goal. Up to Conway. From the point shoots, tried to surprise Perron and a save made. Now a stretch pass looking for the cherry-picking Austin Albrecht, who's already got 2. Pikarczyk has it knocked into the neutral zone. Crowder holding on the half wall, sends it across the ice. Good entry by the Breakers to stay onside once again.
Penalty on the Moccasins.
As the clock is stopped once again. 2:34 to go in the frame. Dubé Plouffe has another 59 seconds to go before he's released. It's a walk-ons power play for the Breakers. And of course, the dice that you roll as the Monroe staff when you decide to challenge that goal, the replay cameras are right behind the goals. They're in 0.5, so you can see everything beyond it, but you're looking at it from a vertical perspective as opposed to what you typically see on the NHL in a horizontal where you can really see, okay, when was he officially over the line? So it's a much more difficult way to look at it. They very well could have pulled up our broadcast here to try and go through it, but that's a roll of the dice for sure. It's now Henry back out onto the ice, gives it to Crowder. Crowder over to Yevdokimov. So imagine looking in the panel of glass behind the net at the blue line. That's about the perspective they would have if they're using our replay system, which typically is best used to determine if pucks go over the goal line. It's good at that. Infantino closes in, backhander over everything. Inside 2 minutes to go, walk-ons power play dwindling down to 10 seconds. This one's nudged ahead. Stefanini had a shorty last night. He closes in, shoots. Bouchard the save. Keller nudges it ahead to Infantino. Taps it back into deeper part of his own zone, and now will head the other way. Infantino caught offside this time as puck was swatted for a moment. Minute 29 to go. Back to even strength hockey, but tied at 2. Both teams scored in the first period. Both have scored here in the second. 2-2's where we stand. Pikarczyk and Yevdokimov for the Breakers. Albrecht twice for the Moccasins. 89 seconds to go in the second period. Breakers can't capitalize on the break they had after the failed coach's challenge. Big hit over on the half wall by Fisher. He gets hit in the head by Schumacher. Referees say play on. Fisher's going to get it right back, but it blows up on his stick. One-on-one with Schumacher. Passes to the middle. Got it to Anderson. Back for Fisher. Fisher swatting it free And a save made by Perrant. Back the other way.
1 minute remaining in the second period.
Colarusso sends it up to the point. Tipped in front, it goes off the glass. 50 seconds to go here in our second period of action, the Aaron's second period. Bouchard, a good glove save to draw a face-off with 46.9 seconds to go in the frame. While we have a quick little timeout here, let's take a look around the FPHL at the out-of-town scoreboard. Athens leads Twin Cities 5-2 out in Georgia in the third period. PD on top of Blue Ridge 6-3 in the third in Florence. Topeka and Indiana, surprise, tied at 2 in the second period. Columbus and Baton Rouge tied at 3 themselves out at the Raising Cane's River Center in the second period. It's actually 3-2. They just took a goal away from Columbus. I wonder if there was a challenge going on there. 32 seconds to go. Pikarczyk might have taken a shot up high there. Henry tried to hold the zone. Lucchese banks it off the glass. Blew up in the skates of Rasmus Asp. He's been quiet here tonight. First time I believe I've called his name. Closing in, they score! Another back-breaking final minute goal with 7 seconds remaining. It is Austin Albrecht. Back-to-back hat tricks for the Moccasins on the road. Albrecht picks up his 7th of the season, 3rd of the night. And with 6.7 seconds remaining, Monroe has pulled ahead. It's got to be so frustrating if you're either a Breakers fan, player, coach, any part of the organization. Just came at the wrong time. But Albrecht picks up a cowboy hat, skates it over to the bench. We'll have another 7 seconds here. Puck is dropped Infantino over to Crowder, and it looks like the Breakers will just skate this one out. And that will do it for period 2. Monroe picks up a late goal. Apologies, the camera keeps going out on you. And that's where we will leave it. Through 40 minutes, Monroe picks up a back-breaking goal with 7 seconds to go. They lead it 3-2. We'll take a break for Josh Rosenzweig's back half of his interview and then our ads, and we'll break down the second period for you when we return from those. So bear with us. We'll be back for period 3. Breakers trail by a goal at home. For opening weekend coming up, but want to say, or one more question with Athens. Of course, you played for Steve Martinson. He's a very decorated coach, of course, of American-born head coaches in North American pro hockey history. He has the most wins, over 1,000 and counting. He's now with the Allen Americans in the ECHL. But what was it like playing for Steve, and what did you learn from him?
Yeah, ever since the first time I talked to him in the offseason before I signed in Athens, I mean, obviously he's the most winningest coach in, I think it's all of minor pro or professional hockey. Yeah. Just the way he carries himself on and off the ice. I mean, he sets the tone and he expects excellence, and he made it difficult for us every day, and I think that's why we came together and we had a lot of success last year.
So now you get traded to Biloxi after your year in Athens with your stock at an all-time high in the FPHL. What do you like about playing hockey down here in the South? Is it much different? Of course, a lot warmer weather than up in Toronto, up in Watertown and places like that, but you did it last year in Athens, doing it again this year. Kind of describe the difference between playing hockey in a warm environment.
I mean, like you said, the weather is great. Getting to show up to the rink in shorts and a t-shirt all year long, I mean, nothing really beats that. And like I said earlier, I mean, the attendance of fans in the South are just three to five times larger than the teams in the North. I mean, every rink down here, every team's got a big rink. The fans pack it, and it's a really cool environment.
Coach Pence has been trying to build this team for the Breakers here, getting all the pieces together. What do you like about playing for him, and what went into the decision for you to, because every player does have to report. So you have the option to stay home and figure out something else to do. But why did you want to play for Coach Pence and be a part of this group he's building?
I had Charlie in Watertown 2 years ago when I first came into the Fed, and when I got the call that I got traded here, Charlie called me, told me that he was really excited to have me come down here, and that he expected big things out of me. And I mean, described to me Mississippi, what it's like, and I gave Mississippi like a Google search, saw the rink and everything, because I actually, in my 2 years, I've never played a game here, so I'm really excited to play a game in the big Coliseum, living on the beach, and hopefully playing really good and giving the team a chance to win games.
Well, you did that a couple weeks ago. You earned the first win in franchise history, taking down the Topeka Scarecrows in Game 3. You got the win. Really wholesome celebration. We posted on our social media, but a really cool moment out there on the ice. What was it like to get that first one with this group of guys?
Yeah, that's why I play. That's why we all play. That's why we love the game. Like the feeling after winning that game. Obviously, we lost our first 2 games of the season, but the feeling in the dressing room, if you could have been in that room for the first 20 minutes after that win, it was just every guy in that room was smiling, cheering, just pure adrenaline, excitement, and obviously, winning the first game, it's a huge milestone for the organization, and it's really fun. It's a fun feeling.
So you've gotten a chance to get to know some of these guys now. Everybody lives in the same complex. Can you rattle off some of the nicknames and a few fun facts about some of these guys you call your teammates?
Yeah, there's a lot. I'm sort of like...
Start with your roommate, Crowds.
Crowds? Well, I don't know if I could say that on camera, but we call him, like Cole, 2C. He's a big TikTok guy, so he loves to go on lives, and all the boys kind of hop on the TikTok lives, and just in the comments we just start chirping them. But there's a bunch of cool nicknames like Brandon Lucchese. We call him his nickname's Luch, so we call him like Milan Lucic. So he plays in the NHL. A guy like Colarusso, we call him Gibby from iCarly because they kind of look the same, and it bothers him. So all the boys kind of like to tease him a little bit. Fisher, call him Fish Sticks. Just I don't know why.
Rat.
Yeah, he's an interesting guy. Who else?
Give me a little bit about Flanny. He's definitely a guy that you've had the chance to share some time with this season. Give me a little bit about Declan Flanagan.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really close with Flanny. He wakes me up every morning, comes in my room, jumps on my bed and gets me up every morning, and he actually drives my car to the rink every morning. He's a character for sure. Probably one of the funniest guys I've had the pleasure of playing with, and just an all-around great guy.
So it's safe to say the vibes within the Biloxi Breakers locker room are exactly where they should be heading into the home opener. Everybody's getting along. It looks like they're becoming a unit, starting to gel. Would you agree with that?
I think personally this is the closest team I've ever been on, like this fast. Like we all met each other like, what was it, a month now? We had our training camp in Lafayette, and living in a hotel for, 10 plus days, living together, having a pool and pickleball courts at the apartments, and just being in the room. I think I think all the guys have gelled really well. There's the one beautiful thing about our team is, you know, normally on teams there's like cliques of guys, like guys only hang out with certain guys.
The vets, the rooks, the goalies,
yeah.
you know.
But on our team, especially me coming in being one of the more experienced leaders on the team, I made it a priority to make sure that, you know, everybody's gelling with everybody. There's none of that. You know, we're all a team, and all the guys get along unbelievable. I mean, it makes it really fun to play here and to play hockey here.
Well, we're going to find out this weekend just what the Breakers have in store for us Friday and Saturday against the Monroe Moccasins. This is Josh Rosenzweig. He will likely be the starting goaltender on Friday night. Looking forward to that in the Coliseum. Can't wait to see you all there. I'll be back in just a few moments to wrap up this episode of Breaker Banter.
Strength isn't built in a single race. It's earned, mile after mile, pedal after pedal, step after step. The same endurance that drives athletes to the finish line fuels the steady hands and sharp focus required in surgery. It's about resilience, precision, and commitment in competition and in the operating room. Because true performance means showing up with excellence, no matter the arena.
Need an oil change but can't find the time? Matt Bowers Hyundai has free pickup and delivery for oil changes. If you live or work near Matt Bowers Hyundai in Gulfport, it doesn't get any easier. We'll come pick up your car at your home or business, leave you a loaner vehicle, change your oil, and give you a complimentary inspection. We'll even throw in a free car wash and bring your vehicle right back same day, zero hassle. Call now to schedule.
Shop smart. Buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai, Gulfport.
Ben & Jerry's is serving up true ice cream euphoria inside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Biloxi. You're sure to find your new favorite among more than 34 flavors. Let us scoop yours in one of our freshly baked waffle cones. Ben & Jerry's at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Biloxi, where euphoria awaits.
Fly in for a daiquiri that scores every time. Mile High Daiquiris is an aviation-themed daiquiri shop and the official daiquiri of the Biloxi Breakers. Open 7 days a week and offering 15 refreshing flavors, jello shots, beer, and even a non-alcoholic daiquiri. They supply mobile daiquiris for weddings, birthday parties, and events. Only 4.6 miles west of the Mississippi Gulf Coast Coliseum. Grab your crew and come try the best daiquiris on the Gulf Coast where flavor takes flight. Become a frequent flyer at 1107 Cohen Road, Suite B, Gulfport.
At Superior Optical Lab, we're proud to be certified as a service-disabled, veteran-owned small business and to provide quality eyewear to veterans to whom we all owe our freedom. Thank you for your service.
Recharge your body. Reset your mind. Revive your spirit. At Revive and Thrive, every detail is designed to elevate your recovery and well-being. Unwind in our serene salt therapy room and float suite. Awaken your senses with the benefits of cold water immersion. Then, step into a custom-built sauna featuring soft Himalayan salt lighting for athletes, adventurers, and anyone ready to unlock the power of recovery. Discover the difference at reviveandthrivems.com.
The Mississippi Gulf Coast is where community and teamwork come together on and off the ice. Foshi Residential is proud to support the Biloxi Breakers as they bring the heat to the rink this season. Foshi Residential manages 3 unique apartment communities along the coast, each offering modern finishes, resort-style amenities, and a location that puts coastal living right at your doorstep. Ready to find your community? Visit foshiresidential.com/Biloxi Breakers for more information.
When injury knocks you out, Bienville Orthopedic Specialists will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back in the game, back in motion, back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Bienville Orthopedic Specialists. We will get you back.
When things heat up, you don't just want a cold one. You want the coldest one. The cold lagered, cold filtered, cold packaged one. Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Coastal Prints is a brand new business on the coast specializing in screen printing, embroidery, and promotional items. Being local and with 30 plus years of experience, Coastal Prints carries all the hottest clothing brands and thousands of promotional items. Uniforms, workwear, hats, drinkware, coolers, tchotchkes, and much more. Coastal Prints will make your brand and logo stand out. Come see the new showroom on Seaway Road in Gulfport, or visit coastalprints.com or call 228-COASTAL.
Hello out there, we're on the air, it's hockey night tonight. Tension grows, the whistle blows, and the puck goes down the ice. The goalie jumps and the players bump and the fans all go insane. Someone roars, Bobby scores at the good old hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can name. And the best game you can name is the good old hockey game. Where players dash with skates and flash, the home team trails behind. But they grab the puck and go bursting up and they're down across the line. They storm the crease like bumblebees, they travel like a burning flame. We see them slide the puck inside, it's a good old hockey game.
And we welcome you back into our Coastal Prince second intermission report. Devin Dobek along with you. It's the Monroe Moccasins 3, the Breakers 2. It's been an interesting affair thus far. A lot of petty penalty minutes in the middle frame. But we'll start even strength as the teams prepare to come back out onto the ice for period 3. Let's take you through our second period summary here, presented by Coastal Prince in this intermission. The score 3-2 Moccasins, the shots 23-18 in favor of Monroe. In that previous frame alone, they were 10-7 in favor of the Snakes. Monroe 0 for 4 on the man advantage. Breakers 0 for 5, uncharacteristic for them. 19 penalty minutes for Monroe, 15 for Biloxi. Take a look at our game breakdown now. Albrecht Karchek with all 3 goals for the Moccasins. You take a look at the timestamps. He had one in both the opening and closing minute of period 2. So some back-breaking goals, taking the wind out of the sails to start the frame of the Breakers. And then finally making a statement to pull back ahead in the closing moments with just 7 seconds remaining, or a fraction under. Karchek, the first goal scorer at 3:26 in period 1, and Yaroslav Dakamov with a goal in period 2 at 16:25. Got a couple extra moments here, so let's take a look at the waters ahead for your Biloxi Breakers. Tonight, of course, squaring off with the Monroe Moccasins. Next weekend, they will have a home-and-home with the Baton Rouge Zydeco beginning Friday out at the Raising Cane's River Center. 7:05 puck drop there. The Zydeco then will come to play the Breakers on Saturday night. That puck drop will be 7 o'clock. Disregard the 7:05 that you see there. It will be 7 o'clock. And then Monroe and the Breakers will do it again in Biloxi on November the 14th, a Friday night, 7 o'clock, before the Breakers go to battle the Columbus River Dragons for 3 in a row, including that Saturday at 7:05, and then the next weekend, the 21st and the 22nd, also at 7:05. Inside 20 seconds to go on the game clock before we return to the action here for period 3. Close out our schedule. It's going to be our half-shell Oyster House third period coming. As we welcome in our new sponsor, Half-Shell Oyster House, and turn our focus to period 3. Both players skate to center. And we are underway here in the third and final frame. Quick chance in front for Yev Dakamov goes awry. As that one off the post behind Bouchard, Monroe thought for a moment that they'd had a goal, but we play on. We'll wind our clock down inside 1930s where it stands as we get an immediate whistle and another face-off set to come. While we have a quick break in the action, I'd like to give a special birthday shout-out. A little bit early, November the 3rd, Mikey Roy was born so many years ago. His mom's watching back up in Canada, and she would like to say a happy birthday to her son Mikey, the equipment manager for the Breakers. So thank you, Kathleen. I probably mispronounced your name, but thank you for all of your love and support of Mikey. I will relay the message to him further post-game. Happy birthday, Mikey. As Bouchard makes another uncomfortable looking save, had to read through a bunch of traffic in front of his blue paint, and finally able to haul it in. Both teams will change out personnel. And puck dropped once again. Monroe in the offensive zone. Liarakos, who's been quiet tonight, looks to send one in front. And the Breakers are able to clear this one about as easy of a Ben & Jerry's at the Hard Rock Cafe icing as you can have. Exactly 1 minute gone by here in period 3. Previous 2 goals to Austin Albrecht, you gotta think, are back-breaking for Biloxi. Defensive breakdown on the second one, and then a goal with 7 seconds left, one-on-one with Bouchard for Albrecht to complete the hat trick. Collision with Conway and Gerstein over on the near side. Colarusso steps up, nudges the puck up to Conway, doesn't get out of the zone. Colarusso tenaciously working to free it up. And finally it's sent out by Bondi, or rather Caden Henry. Breakers into the zone. Centering pass, not on the same page that time was Delaney. And Conway will settle it back down in the neutral zone. 3-2 is our score here, wherever you're tuning in from. Breakers TV on Sportfy, YouTube, or 106.3 Super Talk Mississippi. Welcome in. And to our Monroe fans as well a warm welcome. Nice effort from Blake Keller to force a turnover in the neutral area. Gets it over to Fisher. Clings off his skate and heads back in the direction of Bondi. Bondi and Lucchese, the defensive pairing here to open period 3. Most physical pairing that the Breakers will have. Poked up to Fisher by Keller. Fisher with room shoots and a tough save made by Perrant. As it goes up and out of play for a Mile High daiquiri, puck out of play. Trey Fisher still without a point this season. With his team trailing by a goal, tried a shot over the shoulder of Perrant, but he stood tall and made the save. Henry on the face-off. Looks like the Monroe contestant has been ejected from the circle, so Andrew Ballant will slide in. Ballant, 5'11", 185 out of Clarkston, Michigan. Had 146 professional points in 238 SPHL and ECHL games. Camera just went out for a moment. That's apologies. That is not on my end. We've got our crew working down there, trying to make the matter come back. Apologies for this. We'll keep you in the loop with our commentary here. Henry slams on the brakes and shoots. Perrant down in the Dirty Bird, almost had to make an uncomfortable save. As our camera continues to go in and out here, I'm not sure what that could be from. Go try and iron it out for you in just a few moments once we get a quick stoppage. .28 to go here. Just relayed the message that our camera feeds are down, so they're trying to iron that out. We apologize about that. I believe they're trying to work in some sort of replay review. And hopefully it gets ironed out ASAP. So bear with us. This matter's out of our control. We're trying to correct the camera, but our feed is down right now. Closing in is Turner into the high slot area. That one's snuffed out and knocked away. Conway in the middle part of the ice, gets it to Charbonneau, touches it in the zone. Continue to try and work that out for you. 15:40 to go here in the third period. We've got another feed up for you. Monroe feed, we're tapping into that here around the 15:30 mark. Well, you'll have our game audio here down below the goal. Here are the Breakers wheeling back the other way. Charbonneau touches it into the zone. Thank you for bearing with us during that. Like I said, they're trying to set up a replay review for our broadcast, and I think that the camera went down as a result for a couple moments, but we got the Monroe feed for you here on Breakers TV. 5 minutes gone by here in the third period. Fisher. Quick pass across to Delaney. Saucer pass gets through Keller, and they'll wave off the icing. So no harm, no foul on the dump in there. Monroe below the end line, starting things. Stretch pass from Colarusso, too strong off of Blake Keller's hands. Now the other way, Scantlebury shoots and scores. On the glove side of Bouchardi beat him. with a bullet. Scantlebury, who's had a quiet weekend, comes through at an opportune time. His first of the season, his first as a Monroe Moccasin. And it's 4-2. Gliding in through the circles, Monroe has had their way with Bouchard tonight. Second time we've seen a goal scored of that nature. It's actually been the previous two. 14:20 remains here, period 3. Devin Dobeck along with you. Still time for the Breakers to mount a comeback. Of course, they scored 3 goals in the final 6 minutes of the game yesterday to make it a hockey game. There's much more time here tonight, so their task should be a little easier. Gerstein's shot goes wide on the glove side of Bouchard. Schumacher down in the far side corner, battling with Frank Steinway. Caden Henry locked up in there as well. Schumacher using all his effort to dig it out. Monroe controls. In the slot, Lioracco scores! A quick catch and release. And he buries it over the blocker of Bouchard, and things beginning to unravel here in Biloxi with another Snakes goal. Couple visiting fans are on their feet here applauding the Moccasins, but other than that, it is church inside the Coliseum. 5-2 now our score. Conway into the skates of Charbonneau. Monroe trying to control. Infantino inside the blue line bumps into it. Conway over to Infantino. Looking back for Conway, it's knocked away. Yanni Lioracco, who had 3 last night, now picks up 1 here in the third, and Monroe beginning to run away with this one. Conway, tape-to-tape pass for Charbonneau, who shoots. Easy save for Parent there. Now into the middle, quick backhand opportunity for Bondi, and Charbonneau is going to get into the mix once again. As sticks flying up in the air, a little bit of jousting going on between these two teams. Bouchard, who was stellar through the opening 40 minutes, hits some snags here as we step aside for our first media timeout. Back in a splash. Breakers trail by 3.
Need an oil change but can't find the time? Matt Bowers Hyundai has free pickup and delivery for oil changes. If you live or work near Matt Bowers Hyundai in Gulfport, it doesn't get any easier. We'll come pick up your car at your home or business, leave you a loaner vehicle, change your oil, and give you a complimentary inspection. We'll even throw in a free car wash and bring your vehicle right back same day, zero hassle. Call now to schedule.
Shop smart. Buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai, Gulfport.
Ben & Jerry's is serving up true ice cream euphoria inside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Biloxi. You're sure to find your new favorite among more than 34 flavors. Let us scoop yours in one of our freshly baked waffle cones. Ben & Jerry's at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Biloxi, where euphoria awaits.
We welcome you back here. 13 minutes to go. As we mentioned, we're having our own camera problems, so we're using the Coliseum feed, and apologies to our sponsors in that break there on the transition. At least we did find a solution on the fly. As Crowder sending one in front, and Keller had it tipped, but it never got through. Monroe with it now. Sam Turner into the neutral zone for Cunningham. Quick little shuffle pass, gets it on over to Stefanini. Broken up and sent back the other way for an icing. 12:32 to go here in the third period. Hope everybody's enjoying their Saturday night here inside the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. Been a fun night of hockey thus far, but Monroe beginning to put their pedal to the metal. 27 shots to 21 in favor of the Moccasins, but Bouchard has had 5 go in him. He has not allowed less than 5 goals in an appearance this season, now in his 3rd. Crowder. Back over to Blake Keller on the near side. Keller stretching one out, looking for Infantino. It clangs up off the dasher behind the goal. Back around to Yevdokimov in his area, but it's swatted out by the Mocs. Colarusso, bank pass up the wall to Infantino. Infantino hesitated for a moment, tried to get it back to Keller. Goes into the corner. Keller, nice finesse move to create some wiggle room. That room begins to dwindle, gets it out to Delaney. Pass over to Colarusso off the wall, shoots right into Albrecht. Delaney will reset back in his own end, and as he touches up, we get a whistle. So defensive zone draw coming for the Breakers. Learakos will take the face-off opposite of him. Caden Henry, the leading points getter for the Breakers early on in the season. Pikarczyk heads back the other way. .11:20 to go here. Down below the end line. Need quite the comeback here. Need another 3-goal burst as we head into just about the back half. 9 minutes gone by here. Colarusso finding some real estate. He'll take it. Rubbed off into the wall. Taken down. Draws a penalty. Richie Colarusso taking it upon himself. Enters the zone. Gets taken down to the ground. And now Monroe will go short-handed. It's a Raven and Rose tattoo penalty kill. Or walk-ons power play, I should say. In our half-shell Oyster House 3rd period. Caden Henry centering Pikarczyk and Yevdokimov on the top power play unit. Cole Crowder has it bleed through him at the blue line. Touched by Yevdokimov and an easy offside call from the officials. Let's go Breakers chant emerging from the crowd. .10:46 on the regulation clock, minute 55 to go on the walk-ons power play. It's 2 minutes to Tucker Scantlebury for the hold. Henry and Stefanini will take the draw back on the left end of the ice.
On the Moccasins,
Conway over to Crowder. Crowder looking back onto the near side for Henry. They officially ruled it roughing for taking down Colarusso. This one ripped in off the end wall. Bank pass from Conway over to the near side. Conway right back with it from below his goal. We'll start the play out to Pikarczyk. Cole Crowder wheeling from below his own goal. Soft pass over, that's knocked away. Now a breakaway opportunity for the Mocs. Backhand feed, they score. A room service 4th goal for Austin Albrecht off the Cole Crowder turnover. And it is now 6-2. Monroe with 3 unanswered goals here in period 3 have built themselves quite the margin. Shot totals a lot lower than yesterday, 29-21 in favor of the Mocs, but they've got a 4-goal lead, and this one may be insurmountable for Coach Penn's group. 10 minutes to work with, though. Next weekend, the Breakers will have the Baton Rouge Zydeco for a home-and-home set Friday and Saturday. Infantino backhand feed tipped in front by Keller and eventually sent back out to the blue line. That's a short-handed goal for the Moccasins. Second short-handed goal they've had this weekend. And what a play it was. Keller turns it over in the neutral zone. 9:20 to go, as once again it's sent the distance. Bouchard there to knock it down. Drop pass sent over to the near side for Keller. Keller run into, and he turns it over. Another 2-on-1 shorthanded for Monroe. Saucer pass knocked away by Curtis Hansen. There's the last line of defense. Good thing he was there, or else it could have been 7-2 in the blink of an eye. Moccasins have not scored less than 7 goals against the Breakers this season. 9 in the opener, 7 last night, and 6 here tonight. So they're closing in on that magic number. 8.5 minutes to go. Pass deflects through over to Liarakos. You have Dakamov looking to pick his pocket. Steinway picks up the loose change, sends it back on over. Now a chance in front again. The Moccasins bury another one. The visiting fans are up on their feet. 7-2. This one has become 4 unanswered in the third period. Elwha Bouchard has been put in some tough scenarios by his mates in front of him. But even on the Breakers, headed to a man advantage earlier in the game, I should say, or earlier in the frame, the Moccasins do not hesitate to cash in. And this thing's getting ugly. Conway on the zone entry. Had it sliced away. Back over to the Moccasins it goes. Another chance. Closing in. Quick shot. Save Bouchard. Elwha makes a good one there. And it remains 7-2. Infantino on the forecheck. This one comes all the way over to the half wall. Fernaris swivels it into the neutral zone. Just past Conway, who tried to bat it down without looking. Another stick check from Yevdokimov doesn't work, and the Moccasins will dump it in. Cunningham, centering pass, sent over to the far wall by Infantino. Charbonneau, a little too nonchalant that time, and from behind, Monroe takes it away. Stefanini then sends it into the zone. Pass out of the reach of Lucchese. Breakers look all out of whack out there on the ice currently. Fisher banks it on over to Keller off the window. Keller across the blue line. Fisher the only one trailing with him. Keller shoots. He missed on the far side, accepted a hit after the fact. Steinway up in the air trying to punt it back down low. On over for Colarusso again. Colarusso for Keller. Keller protecting the puck with his body, then gives it right back to Schumacher. Fisher bangs into Schumacher, who returns the favor. Now a scrum in front. Hansen looking for Fisher in front. Fisher took a cross check to get cleared out as Gersteiner Asp is just running around like a bull in a china shop right now. Looks like Rasmus Asp, former marquee player on the FPHL back end. Colarusso will wrist it in just over the blue line. Pikarczyk will go chase. A lot of dump and chase for the Breakers now. Have not established the zone in quite some time. Just 4 shots in the opening 14 minutes of the third period. Henry Gets through some contact from a couple Monroe defenders. Now continues to play catch with his forward line. Pikarczyk up top, Hansen on over for a quick shot. Delaney didn't get much on that. Spun back down low where it's turned over. You have Dakimov and Pikarczyk battling for it behind the goal. Now you have Dakimov very clearly trying to hook a Moccasin. Referees say play on. 5-goal game, 5:15 to go. Out into the neutral zone we play. Scantlebury dumps it on in. He made it 4-2 and started a streak of 4 unanswered Moccasins goals here in the third period. The runs have really separated Charlie Penn's group from being at the top of the division to now the bottom following this weekend. They've played good hockey for what's felt like 50-plus minutes each night. Just there's these 5-minute spurts that have killed them. Need to find a way to generate momentum from within. Shots 32-22 in favor of Monroe. Back on over to Fornaris. Fornaris above the circle, hits the brakes, up to the point. Quick drive from Matthews. Save made by Bouchard. They got a trailer, it was Charbonneau, but the pass didn't get there in time. That will be an offside whistle as Conway would have taken the next feed. 4:11 to go, it'll be our final media timeout of the evening. We will take it and be back in a few moments right here on Breakers TV.
Every new Hyundai from Matt Bowers comes with Matt's lifetime warranty included. That's in addition to Hyundai's America's Best Warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. And Hyundai Owner Assurance. You get both warranties, making a new Hyundai from Matt Bowers an excellent value. Come test drive today at our new showroom in Gulfport, just off Lorraine Road, north of I-10.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai, Gulfport.
Ben & Jerry's is serving up true ice cream euphoria inside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Biloxi. You're sure to find your new favorite among more than 34 flavors. Let us scoop yours in one of our freshly baked waffle cones. Ben & Jerry's at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Biloxi, where euphoria awaits.
Back here, our score 7-2, 4:11 remaining on the clock. Although that's still catching up to us. As the faceoff controlled by the Moccasins. Shoved back into the neutral zone. Cunningham gets it over to Dubé-Plouffe. Drop pass was redirected by the Breakers. Infantino throwing a little weight around into the Mocs. Delaney down in the corner, shoved off the puck. Keller comes in to help. Monroe repossesses. Spinning away from the pressure is Dubé-Plouffe, heading towards the middle, centered one. Bouchard made another tough save in the full splits. Puck ever so slowly crawling its way to Bouchard, and he'll leap on top of that one for another whistle and a face-off. Looks like we're going to do another media timeout because of all the back and forth action, so we'll take it once more. The Breakers and the Moccasins still with 3:31 to go. 7-2's our score. The Moccasins lead.
Recharge your body. Reset your mind. Revive your spirit. At Revive and Thrive, every detail is designed to elevate your recovery and well-being. Unwind in our serene salt therapy room and float suite. Awaken your senses with the benefits of cold water immersion. Then, step into a custom-built sauna featuring soft Himalayan salt lighting for athletes, adventurers, and anyone ready to unlock the power of recovery. Discover the difference at reviveandthrivems.com.
Coastal Prints is a brand new business on the coast specializing in screen printing, embroidery, and promotional items. Being local and with 30 plus years of experience, Coastal Prints carries all the hottest clothing brands and thousands of promotional items. Uniforms, workwear, hats, drinkware, coolers, tchotchkes, and much more. Coastal Prints will make your brand and logo stand out. Come see the new showroom on Seaway Road in Gulfport, or visit coastalprints.com or call 228-COASTAL.
When things heat up, you don't just want a cold one. You want the coldest one.
Couple fans have taken the liberty of shedding their shirts in Section 14. About 10 young men trying to put some life into the Breakers. Let's see if it works. 3:20 to go here in our third period. Devin Nobeck along with you on Breakers TV, Sportfy, YouTube, and 106.3 Super Talk Mississippi. Hit by Curtis Hansen over at the blue line on Cunningham. Cunningham took exception to it, wanted a call, won't get it. Sent up, and Stefanini reels it in. Drop pass for Cunningham, who tried to force one on goal. Bouchard makes the save. Dubé Plouffe kicks it away to Charbonneau. Fisher couldn't drag it out of the zone. Cunningham being harassed by Fisher, who goes down, blows a tire. At the blue line, tiptoeing away from Hansen. It's Tanner Coleman, I believe. Coleman's been quiet, the former Mississippi Seawolf, who did not play last night. Last season had 3 points in 47 games for Mississippi. So a little under the radar homecoming for him. Learakos through the Breaker logo. It's sent back down low. Some of the fans have already exited here, but the loyal ones, or not to say they aren't loyal, but the ones who still want their money's worth are staying in their seats. Charbonneau crashes into the goal, and he's going to grab Sam Turner, and the few of them will share some pleasantries. Shots 34-22 in favor of Monroe. Biloxi with just 4 in the period through 18 minutes. Monroe with 11, but they've got 4 goals on those 11. 120 ticks remain. Both teams will change some personnel as the net gets back on its bearings here. The guys in Section 14 are indeed having a good time. Wish we could pan over to them. But the shirts are waving around. There's definitely like a dozen of them, maybe 15. One of them pretty young. It looks like maybe some high school or middle school kids, maybe football players who have the night off. So some people are bringing the energy still in the closing moments of period 3. Nice to see this fan base really support this team, of course, in the early stages. The wins will begin to happen. Delaney back for Yevdokimov. Touch pass for Pikarczyk. It bleeds through where Delaney kicks it over to Henry. Henry forcing one into the middle. Didn't get much on it. 90 seconds to go in the third. Scantlebury flips it up to Tim Delaney. Delaney gives it back for Caden Henry. 75 seconds to go. Breakers will be signing autographs in the south end of the concourse after, so I'm sure a lot of fans are excited to meet them and grab some signatures of their new club. 62 seconds to go in the third period. Lucchese struggles to keep it in at the blue line. Looked like it jumped up on him as he tried to play it. Albrecht slowing things down, tried to slide it for Belant. Albrecht back on goal, and it goes wide. Conway, hard collision with Albrecht in the corner. 40 seconds to go. Matthews struggled to play it, but nudged it on over for Belant. Belant slowing it down, spins back into the corner. Matthews, quick shot, looking for a tip in front from Albrecht, and Lucchese, the first one there to play it off the wall. Keller for Declan Conway. Conway gave it to Infantino, but a little trouble there. Keller On over for Colarusso, into the middle for Conway. Good feed from Richie Colarusso there. He's looked much better tonight than last night. Just needed to get his legs under him. But as the final seconds dwindle off the clock, that will do it. Monroe comes into the Breakers opening weekend and spoils the show, putting up a combined 14 goals in 2 games. They take this one 7-2 the final. It was 3-2 through 2 periods. Monroe with all 4 in the final frame, and they will lead it. So the Breakers fall to 1-4 through the first 5 games of the season. They'll have the Zydeco next. We will have a brief post-game show for you as the Moccasins continue to rile up the crowd. We will step aside and take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. Welcome you into our Breakers TV post-game show. My name's Devin Dobeck along with you. The Breakers fall by a final score of 7-2. I apologize for that score bug being there. We began to use the Moccasin scoreboard when our feed went out momentarily, so shout out to them for having that as our backup and making sure we could bring you the rest of the action. A tough one for the Breakers. They really put up a good fight. All things looked hunky-dory when Caden Henry and Yaroyev Dokimov set up Lucas Pikarczyk with a goal at 3:26 even strength to make it 1-0 Biloxi. Home crowd was into it, but around the 9-minute mark, Austin Albrecht with his first of 4 on the evening. He had a sensational game from Belant and Rex Moe that time. It stayed at 1-1 through 1 period. The shots 13-11 in favor of the Moccasins. You have Dokimov Austin Albrecht scores 47 seconds into period 2 from Fernaris and Belant to make it 2-1 Monroe before you have Dakamam ties it at 2 from Pikarczyk and Grant Bondi. Bondi with his second assist in as many games for the Breakers. He's been a nice little piece to that back end and a small silver lining for the Breakers throughout a weekend that, of course, came up with no points. From then on out, it was the Monroe Moccasins putting their pedal to the metal. They had 6 unanswered goals yesterday, 5 today. Austin Albrecht at 19:54 in the second period, so essentially with 7 seconds remaining in the frame, scores his second of the night from Fernaris and Schumacher, or rather his third of the night, a hat-trick goal. And then into the third period, 5:35, Scantlebury from Fernaris and Gerstein. 6:09, Liarakos from Gerstein and Schumacher. And then a shorthanded goal at 10:03 from Albrecht, assisted by Gerstein. He had 3 assists on those 3 straight goals. And then Andrew Belant gets the final one at 11:49 from Albrecht and Fernaris. So 4 goals in a 6-minute span for the Monroe Moccasins proved to be the difference. The shot on goal totals 13-11 in the first period, 10-7 in the second, and 12-5 in the third. All those totals favor the visiting Moccasins on the evening. 35-23 the shot totals. First star of tonight's game, you guessed it, Austin Albrecht with 4 goals and an assist is the game's first star. Carlos Fernaris, who had 4 assists, is the game's second star, and Corson Green is named the game's third star. That just about wraps us up for here, high above the ice at the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. Next weekend, Friday night, 7:05, Raising Cane's River Center. We'll be on the road. Breakers, Zydeco should be a fun one. And then we return here for Saturday night hockey, November 8th. Breakers and the Zydeco will go at it. Looking forward to that one as well. Breakers still looking for their first home win in franchise history. It's going to be a long, hard week of practice, but these guys will be back and better than ever. Thank you to everyone for all of your support and for tuning into our broadcast. On behalf of my entire production team here at the Mississippi Coast Coliseum, this is Devin Dobeck, the voice of the Breakers, saying so long, and always remember to live the dream. We'll see you next weekend.